gonna get them back. Let's see. All right, is it live?
Let me see. You know, might take a little time. I'll see if this yet. Let me see. Yeah, yeah, we live.
All right, go ahead, kick it off.
All right, go ahead. You gotta make me the mod.
All right.
I got like a little I found like a little quick little caracooning video on the women in ancient Egypt. Just give everybody a chance. It's like 11 minutes long. Give everybody a chance to get in the room. Good.
Got
Change that avatar.
Oh, there you go. Get back over into this doing. Make it give. Oh, Caraconi Alfredo, you eat them towels or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, find a nice little short little one about the women. Yeah.
Okay.
Women in ancient Egypt.
All right. All right, there you go.
All right.
She gonna let us play?
Yeah, yeah. You know, I've been looking for I go to Comic Creative for free usage and shit.
Okay. All right. Shit.
Like
Learn something.
teaching stuff.
Put me down with something. All right.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You can always call her though and say, come on, shorty. Don't kill us like that.
Greece, Rome, and China. So you get some comparisons in there. Now, women in power in ancient Egypt is a big topic, and at UCLA, I make it even bigger in my class, Women in Power in the Ancient World, by comparing ancient Egypt to ancient India, ancient Persia, Levant, Mesopotamia, Greece, Rome, and China. So you get some comparisons in there. But for the 10 or 12 minutes we have today, let's just focus on Egypt and all of these powerful women and why they were able to become so powerful. So the first reason is that Egypt is very different. Let's look at the map. You can actually see that Egypt is surrounded on two sides with formidable deserts that you can't get through, that make it very hard for foreign armies to come into Egypt and invade. To the north, you have the Mediterranean Sea. Sea invasions are also really, really difficult. And then to the south, in the Nile itself, you have these big granite boulders that make it so that an invading army has to carry their ships around it. So until empires grow and get stronger and learn how to move fast, Egypt is very protected from the outside. And then look at that Nile carving a channel through that desert expanse. Egypt also provides a whole lot of cheap carbs, bread and beer, very easily farmed, very easily gotten by its people, which means you don't have a lot of internal competition as well. Not a lot of external competition, not a lot of internal competition. That means that you create a rule that follows itself quite naturally and easily, such that you develop a divine kingship, a kingship that is so little shattered, so little knocked aside by regicide or invasions that people think of it as divine. And that means that when one king has a problem, like a king dies early and a young son comes to the throne, what's the best way of dealing with that? And this is where the women come in, is you invite a woman into power to rule on behalf of that young kid, because she's got no profession of her own. She's got no help in this society to help gain more power for herself. So she's less of a threat. And that's why we see so many female rulers in ancient Egypt. Every now and then, one of those women was able to take the crown for herself. So what kind of sources do I look at? A whole lot, many different sources, but because we're talking about power and people at the very top of society, many of my sources are textual. Those texts can come from inscriptions on a temple or a statue. They can come from different kinds of places like burial sites or tombs. Tombs are very important. Bodies are very important in ancient Egypt because they buried in the desert. All of that preservation is there for the historian to use. So we use archaeology, we use texts, we use any kind of material object like the objects of Tutankhamun that you see in the slide here. Those are very helpful for us to be able to understand the past. So how can this topic or material tell us about the real people in the past? Well, this is really difficult because the ancient Egyptians were always trying to perfect and idealize their past or their present. They're always trying to tell a story that makes everybody look good. So I, as the Egyptologist, have to come in and say, well, wait, what's really going on here? And try to understand. If somebody's saying, oh, God gave me this power to rule, well, I need to look at the real actual political structures that are going on, the team that is ruling, how things might be between certain people, and try to figure out what is actually happening. Now, I want to lead you through 6 different women, 5 of whom became king, and just give you a little understanding of what their stories were like. The first is Mernate, who did not become a king, but was buried as a king, and surrounding her burial were sacrificial victims. So she got all of the honors, the pomp and circumstance that a king of Dynasty 1 would have gotten. And she ruled on behalf of her son, Den, making sure that he was able to claim the throne, keep it, and thrive. Our next female is Nefru Sobek of Dynasty 12. And that statue on the left, it's not preserved anymore. It was destroyed in an Allied bombing raid of Berlin. But if this was Nefru Sobek, she was a very fierce woman to behold. The statue on the right is definitely hers, and there's an inscription there. It's in the Louvre today. And it shows you that Nefru Sobek is depicting herself as a woman, but she's taking on the trappings of kingship. She's got that striped Nemes headdress that you know from Tutankhamun's mask, and she's tied on a kilt of kingship. Our next female ruler is Hatshepsut of Dynasty 18. And if you look at that image on the left, you would think, well, she's a man. She's depicting herself as a man. So many of her statues show her as a man. And that's because Hatshepsut took her power while acting as regent for her nephew. She then made herself the senior king alongside him. So because she's taking the primary place of power, she's got to show herself as a man. But if you're able to read the text like I am, you can see that she uses the pronouns she and her. So she gives it all away to her elites who know that she's a woman. And there are some statues, like on the one on the bottom right, that show her as a female. Nefertiti of Dynasty 18 is our mystery female king because until quite recently, she was just a pretty face. She was just considered the wife of King Akhenaten. But the more we look into her history and into her names, we can see that she ruled as co-king and then maybe even as king after Akhenaten's death. The reason it's so confusing and difficult to find her is that they change her names, or she demands that her names be changed. So she goes from Nefertiti to Nefertiti Nefer Nefru Aten to Ankheprure Nefer Nefru Aten, and then she may actually be Smenkare Ankheprure. That sounds confusing just to me to say. So if you're confused by that, imagine the Egyptians are trying to hide Nefertiti's femininity, trying to hide who she was, changing her into something else as she moves along her path. She was just a wife and queen to Akhenaten, but then she becomes his co-king. And if you look at the stela on the bottom right, that's probably what's preserved here. She's ruling alongside her husband and is the only Egyptian woman to rule alongside her husband as king. If you ever want to start a bar fight amongst Egyptologists, which is always fun, you should suggest that Nefertiti was sole king as Smenkare after the death of Akhenaten. There is much disagreement about this, and Egyptologists take this very seriously. Our next female king is Tawasret of Dynasty 19. This woman had to fight for her position. She wasn't born royal. She was the wife of a king, and that king died. And then she was made regent of the next king, a king to whom she wasn't related at all. He wasn't her son. She may have actually had him killed so that she could take power and become the female king of Egypt. If that's what she did, it didn't end up well for her because after just a couple of years, another guy comes in, this warlord with the name Setnacht, means Seth is strong. He comes in, takes her out, and becomes king himself. What all of those details were of that competition and that warfare, we don't know, but this was one of the most complicated periods of Egyptian history. And then finally, we have Cleopatra of the Ptolemaic dynasty, who proves to us that no woman could rule alone on the throne of Egypt, even if they ruled for multiple decades. Cleopatra ruled first with her father, then with a brother. That brother started a war against her, and he was killed in that war. She rules with another brother. She has that brother assassinated. And with no more brothers left, and she knows she can't rule alone on the throne, she looks abroad, and she looks to the most powerful force in the Mediterranean, ancient Rome. Julius Caesar actually comes to her. He brings his garrison, sets up shop in Rome. They meet, hang out, they fall in love, ostensibly, and they have a kid together whom Cleopatra names Caesarion. Now, it doesn't turn out really well, I think you know already. Cleopatra is in Rome when Julius Caesar is killed on the steps of the Roman Senate. She's got to hightail it back to Egypt. And she knows she can't rule alone. She's just got an infant. He can't be the male by her side. She finds Mark Antony and he finds her. And they end up trying to gain power together in the Mediterranean. Now, that power doesn't work out as well as they had planned. Caesarion is getting older. He's able to learn from his mother and from Mark Antony. But unfortunately, the two of them actually engage in a number of very difficult war campaigns, one in ancient Iran, and then the Battle of Actium in ancient Greece. And when they lose that last one, Mark Antony commits suicide as a hero is supposed to. Caesarion is hunted down by Octavian, who wins the war. And we are told that Cleopatra also commits suicide. I would like to encourage you to be critical of this story that Octavian is spreading, however. It's useful for him to say that Cleopatra took her way out like a hero of old. But it also makes her look very selfish, because when a woman commits suicide, she abandons her family, she abandons her children to their fates. And indeed, her children, most of them, were hunted down by Octavian and taken out of the picture entirely. Now, to end this romp through 3,000 years of history, I will leave you with this fact, that success is ignored. Hatshepsut, that female king who did the best to make Egypt thrive during her reign, is a woman whose name we can barely pronounce. Whereas Cleopatra, about whom we have Hollywood movies and Shakespeare wrote a play, she did not leave Egypt better than she found it. And her failure is aggrandized. It is made bigger than it is. So in conclusion, thank you all for watching. I hope that you're able to watch another episode of Peopling the Past. So do check out their website. And it was really fun for me to come and speak to you today.
Yeah, man. Like a little introduction to everybody getting to the room, man. But shoot, we for the J. Cole thing, should we even see how the women do it, man? You know what I mean? when you wear that crown, they coming for your head, man. You gotta
Yeah, they
defend
come for
that
you.
crown, man. You gotta be able to defend that crown. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be able to defend that crown, yo. Ain't no getting away with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the conversation turned. Yeah, man. I wonder why Stephen A. Was they trying to be politically correct or something, you know? Because they would all say smart jokes after that, though. If you really listen to them, like Stephen A. Smith and them, and Lamont Hill, at the end of the day, like, well, I wonder why the spirit ain't telling him that when he made that comment against it was some rapper he made a little couple lines on. So it's funny, man. Yeah, man. I don't know.
Hey, you see, they had a Cleopatra statue looking like a whole white woman, boy. Good God.
Yeah, I'm sure did. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what I mean? The thoughts don't stop. Don't stop. They on the walls, they're characters, yo. Characters. Simple as that. No matter what color you think they is. I'm gonna stay right there, you know what I mean? Be real comfortable in that.
Yeah, and like we see women with statues and with goatees. right? With a
Mm-hmm.
goatee,
Mm-hmm.
right? They had no goatee.
Yeah.
We see the representation, we see the artwork that ain't necessarily reflecting reality. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And so you think about what we do, in this conscious community, it's battle scholarship.
Yeah, it's best.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna something. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. And nigga be like, what? You can just imagine the position you put yourself in, yo, when you do that. Like that's well thought out, yo. That's why you don't jump out there till you're ready to go. That's the rule, right?
So, so.
Yeah, you don't jump out there, yo. Yeah. So I guess he was saying he ain't want to jump, he ain't want to go. I ain't want the crown. I ain't want to be known as the best. But yeah, all his actions say different though, right? His actions say that he dove out there
Well, what did you say?
and
Pressure bust pipes, bro.
yeah, pressure best price, though. Yeah,
Yeah, so,
yeah. I don't know why though.
once he in that situation, I guess pressure was too much for him. He feel like, you know what, this ain't really what I want. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, but don't say you're the best no more. You gotta get off that.
yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
see. Still say it. We're gonna see how he go about handling
I'm gonna
business.
put on Drake though. I'm Drake gonna step up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
did
Drake
you?
got Toro, so it might be a little second.
Yeah, did Lamar? Did I keep calling man Lamar? Man, did Kendrick say anything? He should have. Kendrick ain't say nothing.
Can't
Why?
gonna say much. Kid don't never say much on anything like that. Either pop out, diss, and be out. That's what he do.
I know, yo, but why he ain't back his man then and say, yo, I accept your apology, yo. And it all been, you feel me? Wouldn't that help?
Hey, you can't expect that man to feel the same way he do. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no, I'm making a point though. Though, wouldn't it help Kendrick? I mean, wouldn't it help J. Cole, right?
Yeah, but you said what you said. You said my
Yeah,
last album was trash, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Said what you said.
wow.
We were just
Wow.
talking about
Oh,
that.
he just out there looking lame, yo. Wounded.
We were just talking about that. When I was showing the Brad showed up the Liar's Paradox. You feel me?
Oh, wow.
Like you said, you did the album was trash. Bro. So what you saying? You was lying?
Oh man.
So was you lying when you said my last album was trash? Or were you telling the truth? So like you see what I'm saying? Like, cause you know what I'm saying? You diss my art. So you know what I'm saying? You can't come back from that. Like, you feel me? Like, I could not bang on you no more, but you said what you said. You know what I'm saying?
I know, yo. You supposed, oh man, yo.
You sit around here and pretend like you ain't said what you said.
I ain't mean. He said he ain't mean it. Said he
Yeah.
almost relapsed. Give him a break. See, the
Yeah.
world don't see the world not gonna give you that break. And I think that's the bigger point, yo. You get no breaks.
Yeah. And the mental health is always a cop out these days.
Yeah, that's the cop out.
You know what I mean?
Being sensitive though, being sensitive, right, to people with mental health issues. Yeah. But this ain't a mental health issue. This is a hip hop issue, bro.
At least we thought it was.
Hmm?
I said, at least we thought it was. Shit, that man almost relapsed, bro. That man almost went back to using drugs. Good God.
What?
That man said, I almost relapsed. I ain't know it was that deep.
Yeah, and they want to. You doing too much, nigga. You done made it some shit to relapse. Then you shouldn't even be rapping then. Let me tell you about relapse, yo.
Yeah.
If you're doing something to make you feel like you want to relapse, yo, then you probably should be doing that something, yo. Let me be the first to tell you that, yo. Nobody hangs around the very thing that's gonna make them relapse, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I
he
said,
playing. He playing with that, yo.
he ain't built for it tough, if that's the case. Yeah.
No,
Hey, so
drop the link.
for the yeah, I'm gonna drop the link for the let me drop it in Discord too. For the old Robert Rand, man. Robert Brown. I keep calling him Robert Rand. There's two different people.
Rob,
What was the basic outline of what this uh Egyptian Negro was saying? Mm.
I don't know. It was blurred script, yo. We have no idea.
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
couldn't
man.
read it. You tell them both fix that presentation first of all, yo. I don't know, yo. I think he just ran and found a whole bunch of people that used the word black. I don't know, yo. I didn't get the gist of it, yo. I'm listening for coherency in anything I'm reading or listening to. I want to hear if it makes sense, right? It just didn't make sense. I'm just trying to. He was talking about the Nubians was black. None of that has the ability to melt that steel wall, that steel barrier, bro. Right? That steel barrier called evolution, just standing there. That scientific racism that was produced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's not going nowhere, man. Yeah, racialization is not going nowhere. Social constructs aren't going anywhere. That's how human beings communicate. That's how you can recognize what time period you in, based off of the terminology used. When did human beings start referring to themselves as a color? You know what I'm saying? A color transferring to your race. When did the races pop up? Yeah, you can actually chart that shit in history. So at the end of the day, man, yeah, man, like you can't, no matter what presentation you come up with, no matter what Egyptologists say that doesn't do that. That actually doesn't, bro.
Hey, so
Yes.
I got on the screen. Yeah, you see that baby sold out. I've been certain the golden age of the Moors.
Yeah.
Right. So now when we go back, right now we analyze some of our old discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Do we is it now erroneous to have a discussion around when they say, was the Moors black?
Well, during those time periods, the people started to be calling themselves black. The members are easing into them periods. The Muslims, you can chat GPT, right? The Muslims wasn't exactly using that as a racialized term.
Right, right, right.
But they did start it, like here again, once again, the Arabs are definitely foreigners, right? And they was like Al Jahid, the black, they was using shit like that. You know what I mean? To start, was they enslaved you because of the color of your skin? Well, it was starting to get that way, right? Start to be, but not necessarily. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good study right there. So this book right here, the Golden Age of the Moors. First of all, the title was wrong. There's no such thing as the Golden Age of the Moors. It's the Golden Age of the Arabs, the Arab
Islam.
Empire.
Yeah,
Yep,
Islam.
Islam. Yes. So that's his own thing he made up. I didn't know that. That's his thing he made up.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know either. I just figured like, okay, so with the Moor thing, I know they say right. So do we rock with the Moor, the etymology of the word Moors, Morenos, right? Because we still had that word in Spanish for black hair. But in a sense, I don't know. I still find it problematic.
Yeah, it's problematic.
I still find it problematic because if we rocking the same because now if we asking because really I think what they're asking and then what they're always really asking the underlying part of the blackness is are they sub-Saharan African? That's really what we're asking. You know what I'm saying? Because like we don't really care if they just African. You know what I'm saying? Because we got Berbers. We want to know really was they us? That's really what we asking normally when we ask the question. You know what I'm saying? So in that
uh,
context, I would say I would say they did have sub-Saharan Africans in the army, but we don't say that we can't say the Moors was us, like the people in power was us. We can look back at that now and say
no,
it's an
no, no, no,
escalation.
no.
Right, right.
Correct. You had people from West Africa in the armies. They was in the slave armies, and that's how I learned it anyway. When you read it, and yeah, they was in that contingent, but they had like black Moors, well, not even black Moors, Tawny Moors. They had different names of it, right? So I think where they got it messed up, Tariq, he was a Berber, okay, definitely a Berber. I don't think they had any West African like generals. No, they didn't.
Yeah. Did they have any? I don't know, like damn, they got the book 64.99.
Yeah, ain't even worth it.
Jeez.
Nah, ain't worth
But
that.
look, it's on sale from $1.20,
Yeah, you
man.
get. Then they got Amazon though.
Yeah,
That's a black algae site.
good God. But I'm saying, well, they just
Robbing,
man,
robbing.
boy, we be doing our people dirty sometimes.
Yeah, they be robbing.
You
I
give me the
see
deal.
American Dream popped up in here, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah, American Dream, what's on your mind?
Peace. What's good, Sosa?
Man, what's going on?
Peace, Bobby Banger.
What's going on,
No,
bro?
I seem to be off of the J. Cole thing. I just wanted to get my 2 cents on J. Cole.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Go ahead,
Go
we
on.
ain't on.
It's
Man, I
black.
just
It's
feel like
black, baby.
y'all
We
like
rap like that.
I couldn't be more opposed to what y'all feel about it. I listened to J. Cole's song, that 7 minute drill joint, and I listened to the verse with Kendrick. And I don't really see the comparison. I think J. Cole went really all in on it, bro. Like I don't really see the competition. And I even gave him more props for backing out of the battle. You know what I'm saying? For seeing, in terms of what he said, in terms of his spiritual reaction to it. I just really became a fan of his. I never really was a J. Cole fan until this, because I'm starting to listen to him more now, and like he's like really talented. I'm listening to his bars, and I'm trying to think like which of Kendrick's bars are y'all comparing to this man's bars in that 7 minute drill joint? Like that
Oh, I
joint
like.
was crazy
No, I
to me.
like.
Like, and I'm
I
like, I
like.
don't know if, and for hip hop, and for the culture, I think battling is just like one of the more negative aspects of the culture, and for him to see that and realize that, and not want to be a part of that, I think I give him props for that. You know what I'm saying? Because battling, you know what I mean, and they're friends, and for him to recognize that he's going to be talking against his friends and probably causing his friend to lose fans, like, you know what I mean, that's like a grown man way to think, and I give him props for that, and I think we need more of that in hip hop and not less of it. And I'm just like I'm just a J. Cole fan for the 7 minute drill, and then for what he said afterwards. Like that just really made me more of a fan of his than anything else. And I can't see where he's taking an L. Like for y'all to say he's gonna take an L for this, I'm not seeing it. Like not with me anyway. Like I said, he made a fan out of me.
Yeah, he took a L, and that's not grown, man. That's like a race car driver pulling over and saying, "I ain't gonna race against you because you're my friend." Nigga, you're a race car driver. Race car drivers race, and rappers rap, yo. Simple as that, yo.
That's
What
not
it has.
necessarily true, bro. Like, I watch a lot of UFC, and there are UFC fighters that refuse to fight their friends. And that's the type of thing I equate it with.
It's
Because
not true.
battle rap, their real intention is to kill people. When 50 Cent and Ja Rule were battling, they were out to really end each other's careers. And when with Jay-Z and Nas, like they were really trying to like battle rap is really about battling, and they're really trying to end each other's careers. And I respect the fact that, because I don't think J. Cole's career was going to be ended over this, because that boy got bars, yo, and that boy is talented. And I don't
We don't believe
necessarily think it's a given that
it.
Kendrick is going to win that battle. I don't see it as a given.
No, we never know though, yo.
I
So he
get that,
lost.
but
So he
but all
lost.
I'm saying
Listen.
is like I
So he
I, I
lost.
take it. Go ahead.
He lost, yo. I'm just saying he lost, and he just lost credibility, yo. Because watch this, yo. This is what I know about men, yo. You know how you feel about your friend before you say what you say. Simple as that, yo. And once you dive, you can't. There's no diving back. Simple, yo. There's no taking it back, yo. It's somewhere in there he meant that, dog. Right? You're not gonna tell me the same spirit that told him to take it back should have been there and tell him don't do it. So that's the choice that he made as a rapper, right? He know it wasn't no violent thing. He know it wasn't no hating that. He know that, yo.
Did you
I
mean
just say he
everything
didn't
you said
accept the
to?
moment.
Did you mean everything you said to Smash?
Yeah, I meant it, nigga. What you talking about?
I don't know.
Because
I'm
that's what
saying
we
there
do.
are things.
Because
There are
that's what
things
we
you
do,
wouldn't
dog.
have
That's what we
said. There are
do.
things. There are things you wouldn't have said if Smash hadn't come out his face. And I'm sure there are things that you wish Smash didn't come out his face, so you didn't have to say certain things. That's just and you know what I mean? Like I don't and I think the main reason you're not willing to kind of apologize like J. Cole did is because Smash isn't willing to either. But I think at some point, like today, I think if you had not encountered with Smash and had that back, if you had chosen to say, I'm not even going to engage with Smash, you would have came out looking like a bigger man than Smash. And if he had said he's not going to do that, he would have ended up looking like the bigger person. That's just, you know what I mean? In the long run, I think the person who chooses not to engage, like really ends up being the winner. And you know what I mean? And as leaders in the community for, you know what I mean, for the pseudo killers, community of skeptics to say y'all are leaders in the community, and then, you know, to be promoting that hip hop that's just battle and saying if he's not willing to battle and fight to the death, that's not real hip hop. That's not necessarily true, but I think hip hop should be broader than that. And I think we have a responsibility in terms of how we speak on it, because I think J. Cole was really trying to take a stand for hip hop. And I think he was trying to address something in the culture that was problematic for him from a spiritual perspective.
Well, hold
And
on
I
for a
think
minute. Hold on for a minute. So first of all, we don't know what you mean by spiritual perspective, because that same spirit didn't stop you from doing it. So we don't trust that. We got our eyebrows up. When we start using words like the holy, the spirit, we start saying, wait a minute. So
I'm
now he's
only
not
using the
taking
word
account. Look,
he
let me
used,
finish.
bro.
Let me finish.
I'm
Let me
only using
finish.
the word he
Let me
used.
finish. Let me finish my point. I'm saying if he was doing it for the culture, he would have did it and do it the way the culture's supposed to do it, not what it has downgraded to, bro. Do it for the culture then, bro, because it was bigger than you. It was an example to show the youngins how it's really supposed to be done, yo. And as for that Smash Rockwell thing, yo, I'm gonna stand up, yo. I'm not going out on my knees, yo. I stand on scientific literacy, I stand on profit methodology, and I stand on the experts. I'm not going to tap out and say, well, although I stand on the experts, I think it's better. It's a higher calling for me to let them niggas run rampant with the pseudo wizards. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not built like that. Nobody would respect me but you. So I have one nigga would respect me would be you. And everybody was saying, yo, really all that shit you were saying, you ain't mean it, Unc? So you saying we can't trust science now? So you
We ain't talking
saying
about that.
that
That's not what we're talking about. The
that's what we
stuff that you
talking
need. We're
about.
talking. No, we're
That's what we
talking about
talking
you
about.
telling him. We're talking about you telling him about his mother. Like that's the stuff. That's
No,
the
that's
battle
different.
stuff.
No, that's different.
Your
No, that's
mother,
different.
nigga.
No, no,
Like
no,
that's
no, no, no,
no.
no.
Well, that's the
No, no,
battle
no, no,
rap.
no, no, no,
You
no.
already
No,
said
no,
it,
no,
not
no.
talk about that. You're someplace different. So slow down, slow
Like
down.
there's hip hop. There's hip
No,
hop,
no,
and then
that's
there's
not it,
Slow
battle
yo.
down,
hip hop.
Dream. You gotta get
Your
it right.
mother stuff is
Nah. That's just
hip
something.
hop.
No,
And I
that's
wish that
just
y'all would
nah,
stick
no,
to
hold
more
on
hip
for a
hop
minute.
instead of the
Hold
battle
on for a
stuff.
minute, Duck. Hold on
And
for a
like
minute,
you
yo.
said,
EQ,
and
take a
like you
breath,
said,
bro. Take a
Yo,
breath,
you
hold
have a
on for a
responsibility for
fucking
the
American
kids
second.
as
Dream,
well. The
man. You
kids don't
like
want to
You
hear you
got
talk telling
American
Smash
Dream, you
about his
gotta
mother.
shut the hell
freaking
up,
you
man.
overrunning the convo without
Yeah,
even letting
you
the man
overrunning it, yo.
clarify on
You
his
just
statement.
running.
You gotta let him clarify
Yeah.
what he mean. Like you just
Yeah,
running
what do
with it.
you mean, nigga? I said the nigga mother when he said I motherfucking relapse, nigga. So I said it and I meant it. What are you talking about? What that ain't got nothing. That was part of the conversation. Yo, it's called we shooting the dozens, nigga.
The conversation,
I don't
bro.
even know that man mother. Let me finish. I don't even know that man mother, yo. It's called shooting the dozens, yo. That's all it is, yo, in black culture. Knock it off, yo. Man
That's
ain't
not
gonna shoot
shooting the
me because I
dozens,
said
Unc. I
that.
know what shooting the dozens is, bro. That's not shooting the dozens,
I
Unc.
don't
Shooting
know
the
that man.
dozens is
It
when you and the
is. If
man
you
is
say I
joking.
listen,
It's when you and him is joking. You and him was not joking. That's not the dozens,
and
bro.
so what? It is the dozen. It get heated
No, it
sometimes,
ain't, Unc.
yo.
Now you're making excuses, bro.
I'm not making an excuse. I am
Yes, you
trying
are.
to
If you're
tell you.
calling that the
Listen what I'm
dozens, you're
saying.
making an excuse.
Listen what I'm saying, yo. How many people have cracked jokes about your mother, nigga, or said something about your mama, nigga? Amongst friends, it ain't that
Y'all wasn't
heavy, yo.
joking, Unc.
So what? We
Unc, stop
was
tripping.
until
You
we
wasn't
was
joking, bro.
until we wasn't. Listen
No,
what
you
I'm saying.
wasn't, man. Come on, Unc.
We was until we
Now you're
wasn't.
not
Let
being
me
sincere,
finish
bro.
my point though. But if you
Man, you
over
just
talk,
gotta just
then
have the
that's it.
conversation, bro. You can't talk
That we
like
can
that.
I cannot have a conversation when you doing that like that. Because then I'm gonna get loud. And then we're gonna end up being right there. And you know we're gonna end up being. So won't I just get there first? Man, nigga, fuck you, yo. Cause you on some bullshit. I won't kick it off first, nigga. Cause you playing. And you know you playing. You doing
You
that
playing the
thing, you
dozens,
big
Unc?
dog. So I
You
want to
playing
kick
the
it off
dozens?
first, nigga. That's how I do it now. I want to kick it off first. I want to get you first. Because you play too much. You don't want to have conversations. Now,
Unc, you
come on,
talking in
dog.
circles, Unc.
I'm
You're
not talking in
contradicting
no
yourself.
circles,
Yes,
nigga.
you
I
are,
said
bro.
fuck you and I meant it. That's what I
You
just
can't
said,
fuck
nigga.
me, Unc. What you mean you
Okay,
want to
no,
fuck
I
me?
said
What
fuck
kind of shit
you,
is that?
nigga. I
You
said
may
fuck
not fuck
you.
me, Unc.
I
You
said fuck
cannot
you.
fuck me.
I don't
Nope.
want to fuck
You
you,
may not.
bitch. I said
Then
fuck
why
you,
you
nigga.
say? Then why you
Now,
saying
cause
fuck
you
me?
a
You want to
bitch.
fuck me?
Cause nigga, you
You
know,
cannot.
I
No,
want to
you may
bang you in your
not.
motherfucking mouth, nigga. That's what I want
You
to do.
may not.
Now, nigga, okay,
Fuck you
nigga.
mean?
Cause
You
you
may
know,
not fuck me.
see the reason you get slick because nobody really sees your face. That's why I
Man,
think
that's
you a
some gay
bitch.
shit, man.
That's
Like
what you a
either
bitch,
you're gonna
nigga.
talk
No,
or
that's
stop
why
trying
you
to
a
act
bitch.
tough, bro.
Because nigga, I'm a tough guy, nigga. To you, I
No,
am.
you're not a
I
tough
am
guy, nigga. You're
actually.
a science head. You're a computer
I'm a
literate
tough
nigga.
guy,
You ain't no
nigga.
tough guy. You're a
I'm a
science
tough
head.
guy, nigga.
You
I'm a
ain't
tough
tough,
guy,
Unc.
nigga.
Shut the.
I'm a
You ain't
tough guy.
tough, nigga.
Try me out. Try me,
You
nigga.
ain't tough. You're a
Try me, nigga.
science head.
Try me, nigga.
You're a
Try me.
science head. You ain't
Now,
tough.
nah, nigga, I'm a
Trying to
tough
see
when
if
it
we
comes
gonna
to
be.
you, nigga.
You on here trying to teach the kids. You ain't a tough guy. You on here trying to teach the kids. You
We
ain't a
ain't
tough
talking about
guy,
no
Unc.
kids,
Stop
we ain't talking
fronting.
about no kids right now. We talking about
Everything
two
on your
grown
mouth
niggas.
this evening
We
has been a
talking about a
front, Unc.
foul
You're
ass.
fronting.
We talking
Stop
about a
fronting,
punk
bro. You
ass
ain't no
nigga
tough
that
guy.
always run his mouth, nigga. We talking about you right now. A nigga that hide his little face and you crawl around
Of
on the
course you're
ground
gonna
like a
talk about
scab,
me
nigga.
because you don't like what's
Nigga, you
being said
crawl
about
on the
you.
ground
You're
like a
gonna
little
talk about
filthy
me
little
because you
scab,
don't
nigga.
like what's being
Nobody
said
knows
about
you,
you.
nigga.
You're not a
Nobody can
tough
actually
I
guy.
see your
don't. I
face,
ain't
nigga.
got the
Nobody can
keys.
see your
I
face,
can't
nigga.
do
What's
nothing.
that
I don't
got to
got the
do with
keys.
anything? What's that
You
got to
got
do with
the
my
keys.
face?
You
My
got
face ain't got shit
No,
to
you
do
got the
with the fact
keys. I
that you
can't.
talking shit right now, Unc.
because
You ain't
whore
making no
niggas talk the
sense,
shit
bro.
you talk, nigga. Because whore
You ain't
niggas talk
making
the shit
sense,
you talk.
Unc.
Yeah, it make a lot of sense to me, nigga. Whore niggas talk that shit you talking.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Now
You got
back
to
to
do
the
better.
American.
You got to do better, bro. You got to do better
I
when you
don't
see
gotta
a
do
man trying
nothing
to.
better,
When
nigga.
you
I
see a
gotta stay
man
away
trying to.
from
When you
crabs
see
like
a
you.
man.
Yeah, that's how you get that crab out of here. Crab,
Yeah,
yo.
I could do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
you
the
got to
host I could
control.
change the beat. Maybe the host I could change the beat. We one at a time instead of everybody on the screen.
Yeah, nigga, you want to talk over niggas, yo. That's what he do. He want them type of niggas. Yeah, yeah. And I kicked it off first because he was already. I want to get that first. Now, want to tell me what I meant, nigga. And I meant everything I just said about them. You'll never hear me take that back. So that's what we at with that. Simple. How they said
Yeah, yeah,
easy
yeah.
work.
Yeah, he was just trying to bring that up, just reignite old. No, you all right, dog. Told you American Dream was antagonist. I already knew. Knew. Logic, what's good, man?
What up, man?
Ain't much, man. It's just regular old Tuesday.
I was a little I was a little backed up in the conversation on the show, but I think
Oh,
I heard what you said about the more is us. That kind of made me want to hit the button, but I don't know why that I don't understand why that's not an obvious answer, man. I don't understand. I know I shouldn't be asking you because
because
you
some
don't
of
think
our
that.
scholars wrote work saying that they
Well,
were.
I feel you on that. We kind of got some scholars that we hold in high regard that kind of steer us in that direction a little bit. I get that. I just feel like we should have been shook that off by now. You know what I'm saying? If they ain't go through
Yeah,
racism in
yeah, but
America,
I was just revisiting it because like now that we have some of these conversations, and just taking it back to the old days, we was always debating: is this person are they black or they black? Were they black? Were they black? You know what I'm saying? And I was just thinking like now with the perspective we use now, do we see it as proper now to even ponder that question? Like, what I'm saying? Is that like when does the what I'm basically asking is when does the are they black um come into relevance? Like
hmm
we're at a point where we can actually discuss were these people black. So I'm saying
right? Now I get that.
that's the
Yeah,
conundrum, you know?
I would say, man. Yeah, I phrase it another way. You might not agree with this, but I would say, when does trying to make them people black become unhealthy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's how I would frame it.
Before we get there, we got to figure out like, are you calling like Susan like Uncle saying, okay, this nigga Tyrus Halliburton. Like Uncle saying at that time is black was starting to become a usage. We starting to see the term, with Moors, like Moor would mean like some people saying that actual term Moor meant black. We got terms like Morenos. I would more push it back to the 1300s myself personally. You know what I mean?
I get
Myself.
that. So I would go I would go back to more like the recent message and and understand that, those scholars were trying to say that basically white people were were not on top in the ancient world, and they were trying to give us a way of looking at ourselves as we were the ones that gave them all the knowledge and all the information. And so basically you try to, it's an attempt to exclude white people from having any sort of, intelligence in the ancient world, which in history, which is a little gray to most people for the most part. So you give them this kind of like revised history to make them feel good. So it's not really it's not really about is it accurate, right? It's really about promoting a narrative, right? And this double edged, right? It's saying that you are the mothers and fathers of all this information. You're the keepers of it, or you're the originators of it, and your one mistake was actually giving it to other groups of people. That's
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean
yeah. That is
that's the
a
message.
yeah. That actually is the message of the golden age of the Moors. Is because I think if we had to make a summary of it, it would be how we gave the Europeans culture and civilization. It's because you know what I mean. Time frame though was coming right on the heels of the, you know what I mean, Eurocentric scholarship. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, that though time frame in there.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, I like having this conversation with Unc because we agree on most things, and the few things we disagree on always leads to a fun conversation. But I absolutely feel like it's to the regular person that we experience on YouTube. I think it's unhealthy to try to continue to promote that. I don't think it accomplishes what you want to accomplish, even if like you could prove most of it. You get what I'm saying? Like you're kind of like there's too many stop signs in genetics and science for you to be able to hold that to be true. Darwin himself will kill that, right? When he gave the Aborigine people, when he brought them up to speed to culture, and they were just as smart as the other people. Like there's too many roadblocks that you're gonna have to overcome to be able to make that a thing anyway. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. I see it as kind of like even if even if you are able to go ahead and say that that's true, the roadblocks in science aren't going to allow you to take that any further than maybe it happened, maybe it didn't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny to look back now because like when you was reading those books, or I was reading those books back then, I didn't even see it as a basically a African dominance perspective. You know what I'm saying? Back then, when you read it, you just see it as I'm just correcting the history. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like you don't see the agenda in it at all. You know what I'm saying? But you do understand people are trying to get credit and claims for what it was, and also there also was the African is black concept too that was more prevalent back then. So if we hear anybody coming from Africa, we assume that African looks like the general African or the sub-Saharan African look. We wouldn't even hip to the diversity of Africa like that. That wasn't really in our intellectual bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Peace,
they think
go. Peace, go.
what's good with a job. Yeah, they think every African look like a Bantu person or something. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's
Right.
the thing. I get it. The Bantus are the most numerous and most populated, ethnic group or culture or subcultures on the continent because of they spread, they expansion. But, but there's a lot of other people, a lot of the other people.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So we had what else we had? We had the Moors, right? We had the Moors coming through. The whole Renoka Rashid took it even a little further with the damn ancient China was black.
Oh yeah. He got it out. He stole a page out of Ivan Van Sertima book.
and took it a whole. Let me see if I can pull his work up. And took it a whole another thing. And not now I did learn about because because when I found out and I started learning more, I was like, remember the Black Samurai? Now that turns out to be somewhat accurate, right? I forgot to
Hmm.
Yeah. That's accurate. Yeah.
put up Renoko. Let me put up his work on China. And I read that book too. Look, I was believing that show too. I ain't gonna
It's a it's a fantastic story, man.
it's back in the day. I was like, oh man, it makes sense. Y'all, it makes sense, man. You know what I'm saying?
It-
Like,
when it was black people in China or in Japanese, it was by way of the Portuguese.
yeah, that's what we call the African presence in the early age. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the whatever the black presence that was there that came up from Africa was by way of the Portuguese when the Portuguese was coming over that trade.
Yeah, but the way he break it down is
Yeah,
you
he
know,
said they were just there type shit.
yeah, he took kind of the what Chancellor Wing was saying basically, like there was a fight between the black Chinese and the more lighter tone Chinese, like the Chi XI, and then the other ones overtook the black ones.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's somewhat truth, a little bit truth in it. They weren't Chinese, but you had like a darker type of Melanesian type people in certain areas of South Asia where you had the Austronesian and Austronesian migration. These people that came from southern China, these East Asian what would be wrong if we call Mongoloid type people start intermixing with these type of people. That even kind of formed what we call Melanesians later. You know what I'm saying? They mix with these more tropical Asian people that would be related to the Papua New Guineans, Melanesians, and and
Yeah. But I would, but he made it like that's what it's solely about, black versus black versus yellow. Well, I'm sure that could occur because naturally you're gonna have people from different regions going at each other, but I don't think that's what I mean. He make it out that that's what lead to the extinction of the more darker tone Asian, but those darker tone Asians are still there.
yeah, they still
You know
there.
what
They
I'm
just blended in. They just blended in and mixed in. You know what I'm saying?
saying? The geographical locations are still gonna produce those types. You know what I'm saying? Over time. So I think he went around taking photos. You know what I'm saying? And, he had me, bro, because he was going around, took little pictures. I think this is everybody the conscious community starter kit that everybody used to.
Which he was like that man from Papua New Guinea. Like that man look just like Dr. Clark.
Right. I wish I had his I ain't had time to pull up because I'm doing it on the fly. I can actually pull up some of the photos he had in that joint. You know what I'm saying? Because he would go all around the globe and just take pictures. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? So that's back when it was Lookem ship. Lookem ship ruled the world. Yeah, try to find some photos. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't. Like I said, this is back. People didn't really understand. You didn't understand DNA like that and genetics. You know what I mean? So he was, way past, way over his head at that time with the type of thing he was trying to do. You know what I mean? Like black president early Europe, like he wasn't doing it from a scientific perspective. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I had I had a couple of chances to interact with him online on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Did you ever interact with him on Facebook, Gullah, before he passed away? And rest in peace, shit. You ever interact with him, Logic?
Nah, he wouldn't accept my friend request, man. Him and Wade Nobles, yo. I was disappointed as a mother. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I felt some kind of way. I sent them dudes a message, friend request. They ain't even reply to me, dog. I felt some kind. But I'm sure they were busy. It wasn't nothing personal. But back in my day when I was real invigorated, definitely was like disappointing.
I was friends with him and but still, I damn well, we're still now Clyde Winters or while. Clyde Winters is wild. Yeah, I was still friends with him. You know, I mean, I ain't try to go at him too much because I already know if I go at him, you know, you can't go at no old school guy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They ain't really trying to like,
Yeah,
yeah,
you ain't gonna move.
yeah. They gonna try to sun you on. Who are you to even, you know, Dr. Reggie? Who are you to even think you can even address me on such matters with my all the knowledge I got? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, my intentions were totally pure too. Like I was in the mode where like, I was ready to be like, man, look, when can I set up a meeting and actually fly out and actually sit down and talk to you? You know, I wanted to do one of them. Like that's the kind of spirit I was in when I sent it to him.
Oh, this is
You
before
know, I
you
just
up on everything you are.
before I met before I met
I ruined it for you. Know what I'm saying?
Gave me so much clarity, man. I just had to like, you know, I gotta let some of that stuff go.
Yeah. Yeah, I ruined it for you, man.
He did, yo. He did. I'm trying not to say it like that, but yeah, we kind of took some esteem out, at least the brand of Black Power that I was rolling in, right? It didn't take all the Black Power out of me. I'm still Black Power, but that brand of like being all, you know, the Chinese is black and all that kind of stuff, he kind of cleared that up.
Yeah, that's what we do. We here to you know, smash a hero. That's how Super Kills rock.
Mhm.
You got a hero, we getting them out of here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But same thing, that battle scholarship. If I talk about that's what the country community is. You feel me? It made the best scholarship win. And they ain't really
Right.
supposed to be, you know, personal. You know, Black easy get crazy, you know what I'm saying? But when you challenge folks' ideas and their ideas are attached to their celebrity status, then you're gonna get that type of animosity built up, man. A chef in the building.
Right, right. Yeah, you shouldn't be trying to attach it to your actual identity as a person.
Yeah. Peace, chef. What's going on?
What's up with y'all? Man, I had the pleasure of seeing Renoka Rashidi a couple times live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he do a dope picture slideshow.
Yeah, his pictures was off the chain.
Yeah. You know what I mean? If y'all ever got a chance to see him, you know, he definitely traveled the world and took pictures. You know what I mean? He took beautiful pictures. Of what he called black people in different parts of the world. So, you know, that was always dope, you know, when he came to town and to go see a Renoka Rashidi slideshow. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, it was definitely instrumental.
Yeah. He was definitely there on, at least he titled the book The African Presence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he used to run behind Van Sertima.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to do the a lot of the photography for Van Sertima's work. I think Van Sertima had a book deal, like a 10-book deal, where he was just belting out books, and he had a series called The African Presence. And I think that's where Renoka Rashidi really came into his own under Van Sertima. Van Sertima had the Africa's early presence in Asia, Africa's early presence in Europe, you know what I mean? And then he ran with they came before Columbus and all of that. So he had a bunch of different works where he was just, you know, talking about black people all over the world in history that wasn't, you know, talked about. So, you know, I think Van Sertima, and then Egypt Revisited.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever read that one?
Yeah, that's a good book. That's a good
Yeah, definitely. Egypt Revisited. You can become familiar with Renoka Rashidi. You would always see his name down at the bottom of the pictures that's in that book. Renoka.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know,
Yeah.
the selling point was because Years later, you know, the selling point of the book was a photo he had of the Moor, or supposedly Moor, on a picture cover, which he came to admit later, like that wasn't what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think, but I forgot. Was he saying? Did he say Van Sertima knew, or he was saying Van Sertima may have been unaware? Which one was? You know? Do you know if Van Sertima was aware the photo was not what it was? He still put it up there. I forgot how he told the story. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, because Renoka was like, yeah, like, you know, the picture wasn't a picture of a Moor. You know what I'm saying?
Who was it?
I think the dude was a slave. I think he seen the dude was a slave or something like that. I got to go back to the actual thing, but yeah, he was saying that photo was a mistake. He said it in like one of his later lectures, probably 5, 10 years ago, something like that. You know what I mean? You know, which was a selling point. You know what I mean? And then when you look at the photo of the, because you know back then they were saying, you know, the Moors taught the white Europeans how to bathe, right?
Right,
And they got
right,
the
right.
photo of the person bathing the European. But if you look at the photo, you can see a chain on her ankle, which was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Which is, you know what I'm saying? Which is wild. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I was attaching it to our prior black conversations and just revisiting, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when do we even start to even begin the black the are they black debate? You know what I'm saying? In terms of how we use it, right? You would say the Negro land, right? Or you would pinpoint it to the Negro land. Would you not, or would you go back further?
I'm gonna let Chef answer it because he might have more information than me. But I feel like, man, that enthusiasm comes from them. Like you, I don't see where there's a movement like that right before them, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know where else to at least credit that from. But like
Right.
that was a part of their movement is to, and man, I can definitely remember being proud of telling like, man, some of my coworkers, like, man, you know, man, Europeans ain't used to take baths till they met Africa. And they ain't used to have no houses with windows. They ain't had no shoes. And I used to remember saying that kind of stuff, yo. So, you know, I didn't have that kind of realization until I ran into their message for me. Maybe Chef might have a different story, but
Yeah, I agree. But you know, like I said, there was a time when black was synonymous with African. So even you would find even European scholars do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Because they
Mhm.
just, you know what I mean, lumped it all in one basket. You know, so yeah, we got Gullah back, man. So, yeah, man,
Yeah,
give me that
I
point.
never knew that when those scholars was talking about black people, I didn't know that they wasn't including Africans in it also. I thought that they was talking about blacks in general, synonymous with Africans. You dig what I'm saying? I didn't know it was, a difference. I thought that was a thing that was creating solidarity amongst us.
Yeah,
You
they was
dig what I'm
nutty.
saying?
They was nutty with they was nutty with it, shell. They was all in India and everything. Like
No,
even
no,
even
I'm not talking about the India part, but even the people that Renoka Rashidi and them showed of India, they actually did come from Africa, a part of the Indian slave trade, the Indian
yeah,
Ocean slave trade.
some
Yeah,
of them did the CD, but he don't just show the CD. He showed the other people too. He showed the
the
Dravidians, the
Dravidians.
Don.
Yeah, yeah, he would do that with the Dravidians, but
Yeah.
with the CD,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
the CD come from Bantu. The CD come from
Exactly.
Bantu and Sudanians, like Nilo-Saharan people that got migrated over there. Even if the African samurai Yasuke, he came to India first before he went to Japan, and he went.
Yasuke. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's Yasuke. It's not Yasuke. It's
It's not
pronounced Yasuke.
Yasuke.
No, it's not Yasuke. It's Yasuke.
Okay.
See, and I feel like when you say all that stuff, you actually dilute some of the truth stuff, right? Like we actually did, we are some of the first people to put like medical advice on paper. We are some of the first people to put philosophy on paper, or at least
Okay,
Africans
yeah,
are.
now you're talking Africans. Yeah, right,
Yeah,
right, right.
you can genuinely credit Africans with that kind of stuff, but you dilute the truth of what you're saying when you when
It was
you have
it
to
was the
fill
entire
it.
Islamic world. It was the entire Islamic world was hungry for knowledge.
But he talk about the when he say Africa, he talking about Imhotep and the papyri, the
Yeah,
medical.
there are some truth to some of that stuff. Some of it.
Yeah, once again, if you just if you make it African, right, right, we just say
Yeah.
Africans, you know. So yeah, with the Imhotep, papyri and so forth. So I had a little, I had a video on that too. They were talking about that the medical journey journal in Egypt, so forth, so on.
hmm
Yeah, like I said, it was some truth to it. You know what I'm saying? Like they went way off. They came before Columbus was probably way off.
Hey, Renako Rashidi used to be arrogant as hell too. We was Facebook friends. You would ask him something. He like, what I'm saying, he act like you can't ask him a question. He'd delete you. He'd delete a person quick.
Yeah, I already know, man. You know you can't ask them. Man. That's like talking to your grandma about religion, bro. You can't ask no old uh, Afrocentric scholar about their work. Man. You ain't got PhD Gullah next to your name. Like, who is
Yeah,
you?
yeah. Any more than you can ask Reggie right now. You can't ask Reggie no questions, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you gonna want to know your background, man. Who are you? Who are you, bro? Like, how dare you even assault me to think you could even muster enough intelligence in your brain to even ask me a question?
David, ask me no question, man. Where are your credentials? Who is your grandparent? You gonna go hard on it. We're gonna want to know your whole bloodline. Just ask them a question.
Yeah, that's tiptoeing around cult leader.
Yeah,
Can't ask
yeah.
questions.
Yeah,
That's definitely that cult mentality.
like it made sense. Like when you hear, yeah, we taught the Europeans how to bathe, right? When you think about it now, you would think like, how in the hell would somebody forget how to take a bath?
Right,
That's the
right.
most right. It sounds crazy
They
now.
ain't they ain't had access to water or nothing.
Yeah, it's the most ancient fact. You ain't
I
never
mean,
gonna
I mean,
forget how to take a bath.
Muslims, what they did, because they mimicked the Romans and the Greeks, so they start building,
Bathhouses.
public
Yeah.
bathhouses during that dark age period. But even doing that, like, some part, like southern parts of Europe still had, knowledge, like, especially the Latin, the leftovers, whatever was the Latin areas, like you still have monasteries and stuff like that in Rome, and they were still trading with the Ottomans and people that, outside the world. It was just mostly Germanic areas and stuff like that that kind of like, went into like a dark, the dark ages or whatever.
Right. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. I think they worked. I'm trying to find a guy right now. Pull it up. You familiar with the guy they called he was called the Blackbird. Because you know how they say, because that's when they use they said the Africans taught them how to use deodorant and whatnot.
Mm.
That was I think dude came from the Baghdad or whatnot. He was called the Blackbird, and he introduced toothpaste. Right, got it right now on screen. Toothpaste, the idea of seasonal fashion, right? So this Abu Hassan Ali ibn Nafa is known for developing the first deodorant and laying the groundwork for traditional Spanish music and popularizing shaving among men. You know what I mean? So I think this is where that concept came from. You know what I'm saying? At least introducing these type of fashion and hygiene. You know what I mean? These type of things that they introduce. You know, I'm trying to see if we can get the nickname because he was called the Blackbird. I think he was a slave. I'm trying to get his work, but not. worked in Iraq, was Northern African, and Andalusia, North African and Andalusia. So we see where Andalusia at. You know?
Yeah,
Right,
Andalusia is Spain. That's Spain.
right. North African and Andalusia. So, and he was a polymath. So knowledge in astronomy, geography, meteorology, botanics, cosmetic, culinary art, and fashion. And they were saying, yeah, he brought a lot of the style. I'm trying to find because I saw like a documentary on this. I'm trying to find his nickname. He was nicknamed the Blackbird, at least according to the thing that I was watching. Based on his appearance and background, different sources. Well, I said based on his appearance and background, different sources suggest him to be a Persian, Kurdish, Arab, Sindhi, or African. See right here, according to Ibn Hayyan, I don't know, I'm messing his mother name up. Ali Ibn Nafa was called the Blackbird because of his extremely dark complexion, the clarity of his voice, and the sweetness of his character.
Yeah, he could have been from Mali or something. West Africa, they cold with the textiles anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with him. We should have never gave them people deodorant.
Right. And he was born in Baghdad. So you gotta think about Baghdad at that time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I think this is the person, you know what I mean, that they're basing it on. And like I said, he's believed to be of North African and Andalusian heritage. So he's most probably could let's just say mixed. You know what I mean? So I can see that this was uh, some of that information came from. I'm trying to find his background because I think he was a slave, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but I can't find his background.
Found his name though?
Huh?
You said you found his name?
Yeah, that's his name right there. His name Ziryab.
Okay, that's
He
dope.
was called the Blackbird because it was dark complexion. But then once you get the dark complexion, like black artists gonna run with that. Extremely dark complexion. But that's the context of based on dark compared to whom. Right, so we don't know exactly what that means when it's extremely dark. What that dark looked like? Because was it African extremely dark complexion or was it
Could have been. He
India
could have been. He could
extremely
have been
dark
just a dark,
complexion?
dark Arab. Shit.
Right. Or he could have been not the Brahmin. You know what I'm saying? What was the other one in India that had that extremely dark complexion?
The Untouchables.
Yeah, the one they call the Untouchables. So
So
yeah,
you
man,
think
I was
he's from?
taking.
So you think he's from India?
They say he may have been. No, I'm saying when they say extremely dark, we don't know what that means. Like because you got those extremely dark Indians in India.
Oh yeah.
So it's based on the context of who the person is that's referring to him as dark.
Right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's relative to something. But that don't mean he like from Sudan, is what you saying. Yeah,
Right. Doesn't
yeah,
necessarily mean that. Yeah. Metro said Dalit. Yeah, Dalit. You know what I mean? Yeah, just looking back over over some of our some of our origins, bro. A lot of our origins. Noka Rashidi, Van Sertima, them like
our
the Mount Rushmore.
philosophical origins.
Yeah, I don't think we can get. I don't think Dr. Ben would make the Mount Rushmore back then because he definitely want to get Van Sertima up there. You gotta throw Shake and the joke on there. You know what I'm saying?
You got to throw Check on
You
there.
gotta throw Shake on there.
You got to throw John Henry Clark on there.
I'm trying to see even John Henry Clark can fix. Okay, because Renoka Rashidi was just as vital as Van Sertima. So I feel like if Van Sertima, because I read damn near this much, I read damn near everything Renoka Rashidi put out. I feel like Van Sertima got to go up there. Renoka got to go up there before John Henry Clark.
Mm. Yeah. I probably like a lot of people. A lot of the stuff that people say is probably closer to what he said than John Henry Clark. Yeah, you're probably right on that. And you know what? I'm actually glad you put it like that because I think that's like I think that's a part of what I find really strange about it is that of who we have identified as these heroes. You know what I'm saying? Where why isn't W.E. Du Bois on there? Why isn't Thurgood Marshall on there? Why isn't Martin Luther King on there? And we're talking about whatever we're talking about for whatever reason we're talking about it, and these are the heroes of it, right? Like I wouldn't identify Runoko Rashidi as a liberator of African Americans, right? I wouldn't. That's not how I would envision him. I wouldn't
Yeah,
say that
but
about
I mean,
Dr.
only
Big.
would you agree that more people read Winoka Rashid than they read
is
W.E.B. Du Bois?
Dr. Clark he actually was Malcolm X's tutor. He actually taught him. He actually was his. A lot of his references, his historical references. He went to Clark.
Mm,
Yeah, I remember you saying he had a relationship with Malcolm. But like I said, more people read Winoka Rashid than they read W.E.B. Du Bois. Work.
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, shoot. It's a hard time bringing up doggone anybody prior to dang on Malcolm. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like for real, shoot. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's where the conscious community was at. Like, shoot, man, you gotta have like this special show to talk about WEB Du Bois and them boy. Like that's not a
yeah,
conversation in
yeah.
the
You're
conversation.
right. He's not even mainstream in the conscious community.
Nah. He's obscure. Underground.
Yeah, he like he not even on the fringes. He's like
Yeah.
you might have a very few select amount of people who even know who that person is.
Yeah. Probably MLK is probably the most underrated. Like we really don't give MLK. Yeah, we do it on his birthday, but in general, we
we,
really
we
don't pay
right.
homage. You
We
know what I'm saying?
definitely don't show him enough love for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, we really don't
We
pay.
just we just yeah we just off. We can get off that day for the year and just don't think nothing of it. At least
Said
that's how people seem to make it seem. I could be
they
wrong.
sell dope, prostitute on his street and everything.
God damn, good.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man,
And
you're
then when the
right though,
Hebrew
yo.
Israelites talk about it in that conversation is
Oh
crazy.
yeah, that's crazy. They talked about him like he worthless.
Yeah. He went Cesario went on no jumper and said it. I was like, bro, you know what I mean? Like,
Hard on Dr. King.
I don't know if he was trying to do it. I mean, he said it before, so I think he definitely did it there for the shock factor too. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I would like to think that he's just trying to promote the militant style of activism, but if we talking about activism, then we shouldn't even be looking at these people like that at all. To me, right? We evaluating the wrong group of people altogether if we talk about activism.
Yeah, I think we look at it from uh because remember the origin is are you woke? You know what I'm saying? So it's about being woke, how you became woke, not necessarily activism. Like what made your chakras align? What scholarship?
Golly,
Yeah, what scholarship tapped into your chakras and made you woke? You know what I'm saying? That's really what it's about. You know what I mean?
not the chakras.
Yeah, that's what it's about. So we don't
It
know.
is about the chakras, bro.
Because then when you look at it, like I said, like those are the people that made you even get into blackology, to even take the history journey. Like those are the foundations of those people. You know, J.A. Rogers, that threw him in there. That sent you down your work, down your road of black, quote unquote, black historical
Right,
knowledge.
right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, without them, we just be we working out the factories. We're not even thinking about something that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah. So I think anybody on something that I'm sure you feel me, they've been down that path. Like I said, that's the conscious community toolkit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Chancellor Williams. You know what I mean? Like I got Chancellor Williams. Somebody gave me Chancellor Williams or told me about Chancellor Williams. I went and got the book. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like from the Black Panther to the Bloods and the Crips.
Yeah. Yeah. We need to do a show on the Black Panthers then and the Black Panthers now. You know what I'm saying? Like everything now is more commercial than it was back then. With Black Panther, Pan Africanism, all of this is like commercial. You know, Pan Africanism is damn Dr. Umar. He's a leader of the Pan African movement, whether you like it or not.
Right.
Man's a prince of Pan Africanism.
Right. And he's about extreme as you can get.
Feel me? And I don't see the Pan African community challenging him on his prince title. You know what I'm saying? Like this man has just bestowed that title upon himself, and nobody bats an eye. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shit, what you gonna do? That's
Yeah.
why I
And
said
then
on
then
Dr. Mayat show, like, you know, the Pan African community got to stand up. They got to be a loud voice, or he the prince, bro. Simple as that. Like, you know what I mean? Like somebody gonna have to stand up and say, nah, that's not what Pan Africanism is. He don't represent us. But until that, you know what I mean?
yeah, I think unfortunately he is the face of Pan Africanism, whether we like it or not. Right? It absolutely should be Booker T. Washington, W. E. Du Bois, but it's not. It's not even Kwame Nkrumah. You know what I'm saying? It's Dr. Umar.
Yeah. Hands down. Hands down. Yeah. You must be on chill mode. You can't get to it right now. Yeah, man. But thank everybody for following through. I ain't about to end the show, man. I was getting everybody a shout out, man. Ladosha, Gideon, Timmy Turner. Thank everybody for following through, man. As we backwards dive into our damn some of our early origins, man.
Yeah, man. As we align our chakras and
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
And the whole thing of
Raise
the
our
battle rap
vibration.
and the J. Cole thing, right? You know, I remember like that's one of the reasons why I became a part of the conscious community. Because I was like, dang, I ain't never seen I'm like these brothers debating, battle each other on books. I ain't never seen that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta credit them for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, what? I was like, you mean to tell me there's a segment of society of black people debating each other on literature? You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo,
Right.
I was like, okay, yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I'm with you. Like I was like, man, this has got to be where the best ideas are actually being, talked about and vetted. That's
Right.
that's that's kind of the feeling I had, just because that they were actually doing it with the books.
Did this like influence like the stuff they got going on in England where they be debating in the park and all that?
Yeah.
You talking about like Speaker's Corner? I think this
Yeah,
older than
yeah.
that shit, ain't it?
I don't know. Because I wasn't aware of Speaker's Corner until later on. But I think Speaker's Corner may actually, because Speaker's Corner got that name way before Sonnet existed, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Herbert Goss said Clarence 13X got him started down the rabbit hole. Appreciate that.
There's always somebody, yo. It's SETI. One of them people, man, introduce you to all this stuff.
Mr. Metro said they were the worst
Like a
ideas.
gateway drug or something.
Mr. Metro said that's what the worst ideas were. Yeah, it was some horrible ideas there. I can agree with that. It definitely was some horrible ideas there. You feel me? Y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Hit the like button, man. Share the show. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah. Definitely there was some terrible ideas there. The first time, listen, this is how I got introduced to SETI, right? I used to listen to a lot of this before before people knew about YouTube and algorithms. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't really even realize like the more you watch Dr. Clark, that they would start aligning you with that type of information. I didn't know that. So, like before I lay when I in bed, right? My girl will be asleep. I'll be like, because you know she's always be the first to go to sleep. And I'm like more of a insomniac, so I lay down in bed, and I always, and I still do it now. I listen to lectures. You know what I'm saying? I listen to things. I put things on that I don't gotta watch. I can just listen, and that kind of helped me go to sleep. So I would listen to John Henry Clark lectures.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, after the John Henry Clark video, this nigga said he would come on with that goddamn yelling and hollering. You know what I'm saying? And I would have to get up and change the goddamn. This is how I got, you know what I'm saying? I was like, see, every time, man, I had to get up and I had to, who is it? I
With the
kept,
nigga riders, crack toasts.
yeah. And I kept skipping this nigga every night. Skip, 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 skip. And he just keep popping up. Skip, 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 skip. You know what I'm saying? And one day I was like, man, let me listen to this nigga quick. You know what I'm saying? Because the way he sounded, I'm thinking this nigga back crazy. So I'm like, no, let me listen to see what he's saying, man. Right. And then I see what he was talking about. I was like, all right, all right, all right. You know what I'm saying? I thought I definitely knew he was way off with, you know, white people. You know, white people used to walk on all, they was walking on all fours. Like he was getting really wild. You know what I'm saying? But I see he did have some general information about the Bible, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I gave him a chance. I listened to him a little bit and just knew some of the stuff he's saying was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I watched his debates. His debates were terrible. Damn cartoon.
Right.
Oh man, graphic, pornographic. I was like, yo, this dude here, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he probably picked some stuff that he be looking at anyway.
Man, you should the debate against polite was just crazy, bro.
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, that was wild. Even polite, he even start talking crazy outside the rail.
Yeah, he said he used to teach that the white people used to walk on all fours, and he got that from his white family that had a condition.
Yeah, they're like in the Middle East somewhere.
Right, right, right. And the condition made them have to walk on all fours. So he was using that documentary to show, and then using that to project and say, "All white people used to do that." Nah, man, that people had a condition that did that. It was something with their spine that didn't have their spine. You know what I mean? That made their spine like that, so they had to walk on all
Mhm.
fours. Yeah.
That's the they ain't have enough calcium in their diet or something like that. I think that's what you're talking about, right?
Say he beat the
With the hunchback joint.
Yeah, yeah. I ain't seen the SETI versus Mo's debate. Like,
Then he, then he
Seti
had
was
the
actually part of the beginning of the end for me, man. I bought one of those SETI videos,
yeah,
and man, it was just so vulgar and disgusting, man. I was like, yo, this can't be like some actual knowledge shit right here. Like it was something to do with like the perverseness of like of Europeans and like how they got this perverse sexual culture and just like the video he showed was just like so crazy. It
yeah,
was definitely beginning and the end for me.
show
Definitely
two
was.
cup two girls in the cup video.
yeah. SETI was
Yeah,
off
he
the chain.
literally showed some super wild crazy shit.
Yeah, he was
I'm
crazy.
trying not to say it, but yeah, it was like some
It's
like
wild.
extreme X-rated stuff. Like it was
Yeah,
just totally unnecessary.
he would do that shit regularly too, bro. I'm like, this
He
cannot.
showed bestiality and all that crazy
Yeah,
shit.
I'm like, yo, this is what I paid for, dog. I was trying to learn something. You tried to gross me out. Hell,
Right, right. Yeah, hell yeah. That was yeah. Like, and then plus, his information was really the easiest to really start picking apart. You know what I'm saying? Like he was because he was pretty basic. You can like because he made some just leaping errors. You know what I'm saying? Like people walking on all four. You know, I'm gonna go look that up. You know
yeah.
what I mean? And then you know, then he finds that he don't even know nothing about evolution. So how would he know about the evolution of white people if he don't know nothing about evolution?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? He did the Black All Max thing too. You know, he did that. You know, he's with
Yeah, he
all
did.
that. And he's still with it now. You know what I mean? But I was
Yeah.
forced to get set because they keep putting this video. I keep saying, why did I keep putting me on this doggone dude right here, man? I ain't understand that algorithm. What is going on? Why do they keep playing this man video? You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So definitely a wild boy. And then Shaka. I thought Shaka was decent when I first heard Shaka. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I thought he was pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? it's like they are somewhat. Now, Shaka is somewhat decent. He's very knowledgeable. I just think they'll go off the rails at some point with the Egypt thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
They got their biases that'll take them crazy places.
Right, because they do got a lot of knowledge. They do, they have done a lot of studying. You know what I'm saying? But I seen Shaka go up against that doggone Reverend on Garfield channel, and Shaka ain't want that smoke. You know what I'm saying? He was backing
Right.
down for that smoke. And then you see like one state, and like with all of them, like with the SETI debate, because I went back and looked at some other channel, and that debate that Unc they were having with SETI, like that video got there and there, 400,000 views. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The debate never happened though. You know what I'm saying? Just to build up to that debate. You know what I'm saying? Just to see, like, damn, this was getting a lot of views. You know what I mean? And just like you start to see, like when individuals started losing, that's when everybody starts splitting. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Shaka
Yeah,
felt
when certain people started losing, yeah.
Shaka felt like he lost that conversation with Garfield and Peacemaker, with Garfield and Jabari. Then he left. Like, yeah, no, like y'all need, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uncle Seti, when they had their little disagreement, he felt like Unc was winning. I'm out. Him and Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? Like you see that a lot. You know what I'm saying? The Black Egypt conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I think just that alone actually says a lot about you. Like, I could get on here and talk for an hour, and if I'm wrong, I'll just be like, dang, I had it wrong, and I can correct it. I'm not like tied into it as if I'm actually in my head. I'm the master teacher, and I got everything I say is correct. No, I could definitely be wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's all about getting it right. So I think that says a lot about you for real, for real.
yeah, it does. It does. It definitely does, man. You know what I mean? Like, and that's probably was the most disappointing part of the experience for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought people were more authentic than I actually gave them credit for. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you,
Right.
like when you come into it too, like you thinking we on a fact finding mission. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't care where the
Hmm.
fact leads us. We just looking for the facts.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then we find out like everybody ain't playing by the same rules. Like then it's like, damn, bro. Like I thought, you know what I mean? I thought we were just looking and we find something that was correct. We just throw out the old stuff and go with the correct. We
Yeah, that should be easy.
Yeah, then we find out like, man, no, that's not everybody on the same thing. Like even if we show them the experts saying they're wrong, they say, nah, the experts is wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's when it's
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh,
crazy.
yeah, they were like, hold on now, like what
The
the
experts is wrong. Wait a minute. What's the standard here?
yeah, yeah,
You got the laboratory and the equipment. You the one figuring it out. I got you.
yeah. Like polite got the daggone the microscope in his goddamn in his basement, the $1 million microscope to look at coronavirus. It's like, man,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like I think that was the most disappointing thing for me because like a lot of people I came in the community, even though I may have thought that they wasn't all correct, I think I have way more respect for them now. Well, they respect for them back then than I do now. Like a lot of them I lost like all respect for. You know what I'm saying? Like I just so that part of it was disheartening. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that made people feel like, man, I don't even want to be a part of this conscious community. Man, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, auto electron microscope. Right. Like that he got
The
electron.
electron. Yeah, it's the stupid duper joint.
Yeah, you can't even buy that as a dang on citizen. Got to be a part of an institution to get something.
Right.
Yeah. Because they want to know, hold on, what is it? You might be a terrorist. Why does one individual want a goddamn electron microscope in his base?
Yeah. What the hell you plan to do with the electron microscope?
Yeah, yeah,
You trying to build a hadron collider, bro? What you gonna do with that?
yeah. Jabari did destroy it for life. Yeah. to like slide. Every time they get beat up, they dip. Every time folks get beat up on information, they dip and they go start their own world.
Yeah, it's at least a hiatus. You
Mhm.
beat them up real good.
Like I'm gonna
Oh.
create my own channel, and I'm blocking everybody that come over there that try to say I'm wrong by anything. You know what I'm saying? That's what they all do. You know what I'm saying? Most of them. I don't want to put everybody in that, but most of them do that. Yeah. Then they start their own universities, online universities. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like YouTube is wild, bro. YouTube is wild. Dude.
YouTube is wild, dude.
Wild,
It
bro.
is super wild.
You know what I'm saying? Like, good God. You know what I'm saying? Who would think some of the people we was talking to would be professors that they own university? You know what I'm saying? It's wild, bro. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Mhm. Young Pharaoh had his own university. Polite had his. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's come to the conclusion that most of them was scamming, bro. Most of them
Yeah.
was scamming. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? It's like a little, it's just a money grab. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is like a money grab, man. That's all it was. You know what I mean? And then
Unfortunately.
when folks see like, yo, if you challenge my information, you messing up my money. I
Right.
can't be around you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible for Uncle Say to be around each other. This
Yeah.
information contradicts what say like they can't be friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, how am I book my next lecture if you sourcing up and challenging what I'm saying and prove me wrong? Like, nah, bro, we can't. We can't be on, bro.
It sounds so crazy, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
We can't be seen talking to each other like nigga.
I can't hang out with you, man. Shit, man. I get to saying the stuff around you, you could be like, no, no, that's not correct, Sadie. Like, oh, no, 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 no. Trevor Gauls call him cyber scan. The peace, Serdica, Sedic in the building, man. Peace. Peace Mika, peace Otto. Yeah, yeah. Peace Metal Judah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a wild it's a wild world we live in, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, wild world in this YouTube land. Sometimes we get to thinking YouTube land is the real world. Then when you go out in the real world and you're like, man, I don't see none of this in the
Mm-hmm.
real world. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you talk about the African history, like most people in the real world don't have little knowledge of African history.
Yeah, especially intimate knowledge. Like you know all the details, the ins and outs. You know the years, the players on the board, and all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
people don't know that.
Like if you walk outside your house and you grab 200 black people off the streets and start having a conversation about Africa, they'll be like, yo, Logic is a genius.
Right.
Yeah, you be Renoko Rashidi, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you have so much more information than the average black
Mm-hmm.
person. Might be two or three
It's,
brothers and be like, yeah, I'm familiar with that, brother. You know what
it's
I'm
gonna be
saying?
way out there wheelhouse. Right, and then especially, babe, if you really talk about something as mysterious as Egypt, right, where you're now able to quote the kings, and you can quote some of the books of the dead and know where you're talking about, and you know what I'm saying, you really sound like you got something. You know, yeah, you're absolutely cool to the average person. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now the unique part, I get them brothers credit, is people learn how to black people learn how to read the hieroglyphs. It's like, yo, I gotta shout out, you know what I mean? Like shout out to them for that, because
That's cool.
that's a feat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
man,
that's actually cool. A regular guy from around the way, he just know how to read the glyphs. That's cool.
yeah,
Dude upstairs know how to read ancient Egypt. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. It's
yeah,
that's got man. I ain't gonna lie. The first time I saw Smash doing it, I was in awe. You know, I was like, God dang, like
nah,
yo, what are you doing with that? You know what I'm saying? Like you really got something. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It felt like some real hidden knowledge. Like, oh wow. So So you're really talking about something that they've been hiding from us. And since you know how to read it, you done dug it up. It really felt like that. You know what I'm saying? It really did.
Yeah, yeah. Wujan and saw the fact that they can read it though. I was like, what? I was like, niggas know how to read the glyphs.
The
What
glyph.
the hell?
Yeah,
Like,
don't nothing look harder to read. You're looking at it. It's like nothing looks harder to read than that shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I know. That's why I never really could get into the classes. I'm like, man, I ain't finna take the time to learn how to read them doggone birds and an elephant nose next to a
Right,
tree
right.
and a goddamn corn bush. Like, I ain't finna try to
A
do all
corn bush, right? A throw stick.
a throw stick and all that. A loaf of bread and all that. Look,
You ain't lying, dude.
I got too,
Dang, this is a
I got too many books
dudes are
already.
crazy.
I got
Yeah,
too many
and then I
books
could
already.
go find it in English. No, I don't need to know what the loaf of bread
Yeah, I'm still looking up English words that people use. I don't know the definition.
is.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. Shit.
Yeah, let me go find the translation of the elegant peasant. I don't
Yeah.
need to read the actual glyph.
Yeah, DQ was good, man.
What's good, King?
Best selling author. Got to put that out there. Best-selling
DT
author
cutting
was
DT cutting
bastard.
up out here, man.
Yeah,
DT ain't
man, I
playing
hear
with these
acting a
motherfuckers.
fool with the literature, man.
Yeah,
Some,
DT
some.
acting a fool out here.
So DQ, do you consider yourself a scholar now? Are you a scholar? Do we call you a scholar?
Yeah,
Huh?
you damn shit.
DT one of our
Went,
scholars now,
How does
man.
that work? How does that work, DQ? I'm trying to figure it out. Man. I don't know.
man, under the book of Reggie, I'm a scholar.
Like
You
DQ,
got expertise, dog. You Gucci
Telling
now.
you, come to everybody. What have you done? Yeah, but no, I'm excited, man.
Oh, goodness.
Book sales going pretty good. 5 more books, I'll be past 100. So
yeah,
I hit
that's
a
dope.
mark for 100 books. Within the what I say, I want to sell 100 books in 90 days, and we about to hit that mark within 60. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's dope. That's dope.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Appreciate the community for supporting and shit like that.
Man,
Yeah.
appreciate all y'all for supporting. Real
Yeah.
talk.
Got the link in the chat for everybody to support the book. Yeah, support DQ, the music. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah. Like I said, niggas say anything about a fish. Hold on. We got a scholar on fishing.
So we got a scholar
Yeah.
telling you on the ass, man. Loving it. Loving it. But
Yeah.
one thing that I heard you say earlier, bro, that I did want to touch on because I feel like it's just a progressive growth. Um, when remember when Hidden Colors came out and we were trying to claim everything was black. First
Mhm.
Europeans black, first Chinese black, first Australians black.
Indian black,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, they was trying to apply that. And I feel like that's just a older method of just trying to reignite the dormant black man within us, just like how the NOI used to give us incorrect information, but they was doing that to try to build us up. You know what I'm saying? Have you stand for something, not just think that you were worthless. And I feel like that with a lot of the scholars that we had. Because I grew up reading they came before Columbus. I had to read Stolen Legacy, all the type books that we had to read. And we
Yeah.
know that some of the information might have been outdated. But now that we're more technical and honed in on specific terms such as black, the more and more we talk about it, the more and more I realize like black is really not a good sufficient term if we want to start getting down to the nitty gritty. And that's over years of watching all this information being disseminated from many different channels. Because
Yeah.
we're really, really honed in, zoomed in now. We used to be zoomed out on the big picture, but it's now we're at a focal point of detail.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because black was too vague. Like I said, now we know better, you do better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why same thing. I was revisiting the old conversation. Like we was really having a conversation the wrong way. All the word of mouth
Hmm.
was black. You know what I'm saying? Now the better conversation would be all the African, and what part of Africa.
What part of Africa? What culture did they have?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have been a better, more educational, more fundamentally educational way to have the conversation.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I totally agree.
So now that we're here now, I think we way more better off. I know I'm way more better off than I was 10, 15 years ago.
That's
Yeah,
fact.
man. It's just like upgrading the playbook. You know what I'm saying? Like the playbook that won the Super Bowl when Vince Lombardi was coach. Like that playbook probably ain't gonna make the playoffs now. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta upgrade.
You gotta
You gotta
upgrade.
upgrade.
Right.
You can't use the
run that
exact
triangle no
same.
more.
Yeah, you can't be out here running the wishbone trying to make the playoffs. that ain't you ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know, you out here in the wing tee and everybody running 5 wide.
My nigga in a power eye.
Yeah, you got the fullback out there more than your third wide receiver. You doing too much.
Power Eye was a mother now. Now Power Eye.
No, it used to be that shit, but
Power
nowadays,
cold now. Yeah, you need that 3 wide receivers. You need to split your tight end out.
Else.
Yeah, you need tight end to slot or something crazy now. You get that extra linebacker off the field, like the game just changed.
Yeah.
Anybody in here good at Madden?
Good at who?
Madden.
I'm kind of decent at it.
I got you. I ain't played a minute. I used to be cold a bit. But yeah, I ain't.
Yeah, that sound like me.
I used to be cold.
In a minute.
I used to be cold, but when it used to be cold, running the currently hot, boy, that shit look ugly. But I'm gonna tell you that. It made me question how good you really was, but I promise you. But I have to be good at this. Nigga, like, what the hell? Shit.
Back when like Eddie George was on the cover, that's when it was good. See, now it's a little different now. They put that cheat code in before the play start on defense and get that instant pressure and all that. You know, that's kind of
my nigga Eddie George. My boy had 2% body fat. I never forget Eddie George. Boy, that nigga there was
George cold. Eddie George, Ray Lewis, them boys used to go at it, dude. Yeah, that was different kind of football back then.
Nigga say, now see, that's the real J. Cole, Jermaine. That's the real J. Cole.
Yeah, for real. That's what we wanted to see. Head up in the B gap. Head up.
Let's go.
Right. Full speed. Two crazy Negroes, yo.
Well, Audio said he the man king on PS5.
He probably cold them all, dog. Probably be dropping back 20 yards, all that shit. Probably cold.
Oh man, gotta love it.
You got there. That's my slogan for Madden, bro. You have to love that game, bro. You gonna be mad.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be mad as a mug if you don't love Madden.
Audio said Nano Blitz. Yep.
Yeah, that means he know how to set it up right there. Don't play him.
Yeah, he say don't play with that man.
Yeah, you're gonna throw the game away first day.
He said he just showed his car. He told on himself. That nigga.
He just told himself.
Like, that nigga
before the snap, he spread the line, closed the line, put him in contain, got another dude in spy. He do all that before the snap, dude.
And that's when I knew I was messing up. When I went, because I came out of retirement. The man before I could hike the ball, that man he done 7 people, put 9 people. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Don't let his mic be on and you hear all that shit. Click, 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 click. You be like, oh hell no, dude.
Yeah. That's what I knew. I was like, you know what? My time is bad because I ain't finna relearn all this and figure out how to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'm not blocking the running back and the tight end every play just because you're doing all that. Nah.
Yeah, step away from that, bud. Yeah. Hey, because every once in a while, you know, I think everybody guilty of being like tapping back in. Because you know, every once in a while I tap back in on SETI just to see if a brother grew. It's like, yeah, he got shorter.
He got shorter.
He got shorter. Like,
oh man.
Yeah. I check it on Young Pharaoh now too. Ever since that Trump situation, boy, he can't make it back,
Bruh.
bro.
He way out there now.
Yeah, he can't even get the numbers up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's still, he's still trying to make those crazy statements to get the views up, but like, boy, it's like he can't get back up, bro. Like, sometimes might be 100 people watching. You know what I'm saying? That means to have like 5,000-10,000 people watching this stream.
Yeah, for real. And that wasn't that long ago. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he can't get back up.
He came on when he came on Sarnetta. When he came on Sarnetta the time before last, and he was debating Jabari, and he was zooted. He was ducking and everything. Yeah, that's what I knew. He was definitely ain't no way.
Yeah,
Man can't even open his eyes, and y'all talking about he reading this stuff. No, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, the rest are using them good drugs. Shit,
The good shit.
expensive drugs.
My nigga said it. My nigga
He
said
on he on everything, like Cat Williams said. Who did that said that shit? That nigga on everything.
everything. That was Mike Epps.
That Mike Epps, yeah. That
Nigga said
nigga
Coke,
on everything.
Miley, Hills,
Yeah.
Hurts, Reed.
That nigga was on everything.
Everything.
Everything. That nigga he was gone.
Tripping, man.
Yeah, I should have checked it on Sanchez after the clips. What Sanchez? That would have probably been funny as hell.
Brother Sanchez.
What is it? What do flat earthers think about the eclipse? I should check it. I don't know their philosophy.
I'm more Sanchez. Let me see what Sanchez is. I gotta see Brother Sanchez.
Sanchez be doing about 10, 15,000.
Sanchez get numbers.
Live.
That's one thing niggas can't deny. Can't take away. The boy get numbers.
Yeah,
he go live and had about 15,000 in them.
He do more than Sonetta.
Nigga,
he been doing
Sanchez got 134. Matter, nigga, this nigga about to get a song. This nigga got 134,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why he don't need Sonetta.
He got a video dropped 11 days ago. 23,000.
Yeah.
1 day ago, 45. 1 day ago, 37. Oh yeah, that nigga getting a nice little check.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nigga doing.
Okay, Sanchez.
You think he about to risk all that over here with y'all correcting him and
correct with y'all correct information?
Yeah, you think he's gonna
y'all correct information?
Right. You think he finna learn something to counter what he thought, or he finna double down and learn more about the incorrect information? He finna become master incorrect information.
Triple down.
The only nigga I seen weave gravity. I don't even know how this possible.
What he said? He said some crazy shit. That ain't even gravity, it's buoyancy, yo.
It's buoyancy.
Man, that nigga tried to redefine gravity on these motherfuckers.
I like this nigga.
Hey, went for that shit. I said, God damn.
And you know how you kill him? He also mixes it in with the Egypt. So it's double bam bam.
You throw a little bit of that blackology in there. You got everybody.
You get him. All you gotta do is just break down a word. Gravity. Gravity.
Yeah.
And you be like, what, nigga?
You make a new word out of all the syllables.
Out of old shit. But yeah, get your money, black man. God damn it. That nigga getting it in. He's scamming, as Unc would say, he's scamming our intellectual property between our ears. but he getting
super hard. Yeah. All the time high level scam.
Yeah. I gotta salute. Gotta salute.
Yeah, that folks like him, Tazaria, they ain't never finna change, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I think Seti get like a good little 300, 400 in the room. You know what I'm saying? He ain't finna.
He got that faithful crowd. You probably ain't touching them 300-400. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be there every time, regardless.
Yeah, unwavering.
Yeah, for sure.
How the folk make a living, bro? Shit.
Hey, what's his face? Remember when what's his face came through though, and his numbers we thought this nigga numbers was fake when he came. Young Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Pharaoh was putting up digits.
Yeah.
On live stream by 75 in there. You be like, what?
Yeah.
75,000 people. Y'all ain't tripping.
Yeah. You know, when he was on Sonetta, like this back when live had just started. You know what I'm saying at the height, shit. That's when Sonetta probably does his biggest number. I saw Dan at over 3,000 people live. You know, him, and Jetty and them probably watch Wajawu.
Oh yeah.
3,000 live, bro. Like they ain't never did numbers like that since. Like
Yeah,
after the split, after the
I
split, that's when
pulled
Sonetta
up.
dropped back down to 1,000 or so.
Yeah, I pulled up on that episode where he came back the first time when he was going back and forth with Jabari. I think it was 10,000 people in there then.
Oh
Live.
yeah.
Yeah, that boy gets numbers.
Yeah. And I looked at this.
He got beat up, but they was in there.
Yeah, he said I was there. As soon as I was there.
I looked at old polite views too, you know, on Sunday at the channel.
Yeah, them hoes used to go stupid.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So if you think that man ain't finna interview polite when he get out, y'all got the business effed up. That's all
right. y'all messing it up. I don't know what y'all think this is.
Niggas, I'm looking at that as a savings account. I know that's money as soon as that happens.
You probably negotiate with polite right now. Man.
Right now.
I need that exclusive, man. I need that exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Then he gonna be like, the people wanted this, man. This is what the people
He's
want.
like, the people want this.
You gonna blame the people. They
How to blame the people. It's the easiest to scapegoat. Just blame the people.
Yeah,
that's what y'all wanted, man. I went and got it.
Man, I'm a journalist, man. What are you talking about? Journalist. Yeah. He's crisscross. Yeah, I'm a journalist, boy. I looked at them.
Oh man.
People.
Too funny.
Yeah, the numbers is crazy. When you look at them older numbers, go back and some of them older numbers, 500,000, like 400,000. You know what I'm saying?
That's back in the day when he was beating up Iman Bashir and them. You know?
Iman Bashir. Babyface
Iman. All of them are slid. Remember Roy Bay?
Ishmael Bay. Yeah, Roy Bay, Ishmael Bay.
No, what's the one? Ties Bay. That's the one, bro.
Man, we had so many bays.
Man, Ties is
so big, can't put
funny.
a hat on it.
Yeah, that's the funniest one, bro.
Afro on the side.
Man, that dude hilarious. He talking 1,000,000 miles per hour. Everything he say wrong and it all sound good. That dude is cold.
House of Consciousness has a total of 41,828,100 views. And that's since 2012.
Yeah.
And that's just one of Size
channel.
It's the industry.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a businessman.
He said, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
Roy Bay. Then we had the elder Larry. I forgot, you know, the Larry with Larry. Larry.
Realism. I love me some Larry.
No, what's the other little dude, man?
He actually ain't that bad. Larry actually ain't
Larry ain't bad at all. Larry remind me of my grandpa. Yeah. You can't tell me shit because I lived it. You read it.
Right,
that's exactly what he'll say to me. Can't tell me shit. I lived it, nigga. You read it.
His information is pretty times his information be pretty accurate. Now he may be a little off on some of the context or how he, his own little personal, but normally his information ain't way off. Like he normally, you know what I mean? He ain't just making shit up.
Yeah. Larry be on point.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
you know what? I'm a
Sankofa.
Go ahead. Yeah, and that's the light skinned dude, right?
Yeah. You remember Sankofa? That nigga was long-winded.
No, that's Natural Tahuti I'm thinking about.
That nigga was long-winded.
I don't think Sankofa was that off.
I ain't heard too much from Sankofa.
Y'all don't remember Sankofa?
I remember Sankofa.
Because when he got the mic, bro, you weren't getting it back.
Yeah, and then his answer be so long, you be forgetting what the fuck answer. So that shit. But if you had the patience to follow him through
the rigmarole,
yeah, he wasn't never saying nothing that was too off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah,
man, it was some people,
and I think he would have. I think he would have evolved good. You know what I mean with the current, conversations. I think his game would have been able to travel well. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think he was pretty much where everybody was at that time. You dig what I'm saying? And he wasn't saying nothing too crazy. He was always going with the right side.
Yeah.
You dig?
Yeah. Ramon Bill said Shabazz. I'm not too familiar with Shabazz. I heard about it.
Shabazz is the one I was about to bring up, yo.
Yeah, Elder Shabazz. Yeah.
Shabazz was like the
Oh,
whole
the dude that be on the corner.
old dude.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was crazy.
I don't want to say
He
nothing.
was
I don't want to say nothing crazy, yo. But I think we all
Nah,
know
he
in the
was-
back of our head.
Yeah, he
But
was
like,
crazy.
look, that it was a conversation between him and Unc, right? This is what made it took so long for me to come around to hearing what Unc was saying. The fact that he was debating Shabazz, right? And then Shabazz, it looked like he was getting the best of him, but that's how far I was into that blackology, right? And I'm like, yo, the fact that you got this dude right here beating you up, that's what made me like, man, I can't listen to Unc. Like, at one time I thought Unc was like one of the worst ones, bro. I tell him this when we be talking. Like, I can definitely remember there was a time I was like, man, if you can't get with the bands, like I know you ain't getting with Jabari and Brother Reggie. And then I kind of had to slow down and actually hear what he was saying, but that's how far I came. I absolutely thought Shabazz was doing something at one point in time. I thought he was, bro.
I just dropped that video in the back chat. That was a 6 years ago one, and there was a 3 years ago when he was debating Unc.
With who? Shabazz?
Yup.
And then I went back and listened to that not too long ago. Unc was tearing him up something crazy, but I couldn't hear it.
Now Unc has a track record. It's recorded. Unc has been
right.
These niggas. That's why Unc can sit back and chill, because he be like, bro, 4 years ago I put hands on you, and my words are even more potent now because everything I said came true.
Right. Everything I said back then was right, and I got some more details with it right now.
Yeah, I got some new evidence to prove. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Unc just be looking at these niggas like, yeah, shut up, little nigga.
And you can't forget the young Lord Abba, early Abba, Lord Abba, back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Start making his rounds. Hey, Sonetta had a roster, bro. Sonetta had a roster.
No, Sonetta should be multi-millionaire right now for all the influence that then came through his channel.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sonetta had a roster. Even, all them boys came through there. Umar came through there. You know what I'm saying? Sonetta had a hell of a roster, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of some of them in prison. You know what I'm saying?
About a handful of them. Handful of them in there.
Boy, polite, natural to who you know what I'm saying? Like,
he should be famous for putting a bunch of fools on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He just showed how bad our education is, and Sonetta showcased just how messed up we was. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, because these were supposed to have been the brightest amongst us.
Oh, I know.
Right. It is absolutely like it's promoted as the brightest. That's why you call them scholars.
Yeah, I think
that's why you call them scholars.
Right. I think he really showcased just how behind we was. You know what I mean? And like now I can't even watch it. Now that Unc and them don't go over there like that, it's nothing for me to go over there for. Inky and them is on there right now.
I know.
You dig what I'm saying? Like
Thanks.
I can't. I just can't even click on it. You dig what I'm saying? Without Garfield and them or somebody, making sense. So I would even listen to Pastor Bennett over there before I listen to Inky and the rest of them nuts. You dig what I'm saying? Yo, Doctor, man, listen.
Dr. Bennett cold.
Pastor Bennett, man. Pastor Bennett don't get enough credit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pastor Bennett put belt to ass, man. I'll take it out. You know what I'm saying? He lost a couple because he get out his reign when he get to the evolution and shit like that. He get out of his pocket.
Yeah, but I was about to say that too. When he stay in his lane, he cleans up. But
them Hebrews can't do nothing with him.
Yeah, they can't do nothing with him. Nothing. But I respect that he's able to even challenge himself to get in that lane. Because I was surprised when he was going at Unk with Evolution. But I seen that Pastor Bennett was also looking at that as a learning lesson. Because he wasn't scared to try to expand his perspective, even though pastors are supposed to have a closed-in box perspective. So I respect him for that. Even though he got beat up, he came out to fight with respect.
And I think he tried to put his theology in it. For the most part, I think he was trying to say that, evolution, he was basically trying to, what's the saying?
God of the gaps?
Yeah, and talk and chew gum at the same, well, however you say, walk and chew gum at the same time. You dig what I'm saying? He was trying to basically say that evolution could have happened, right? Within the framework of what the Bible was saying. Like he tried to merge it together in some awkward type of situation, and Unc wasn't going for none of it.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So he wasn't fully trying to deny evolution, but he was trying to say that God had providence over. Yeah, that's what he was saying. That's what he was trying to say. That God had providence over evolution. You dig what I'm saying? Yep. And I can respect that coming from a religious person. I think most religious people that accept evolution, that's their stance. You dig what I'm saying? That evolution is real, but it was overseen. It was something that God put in.
Yeah, something that God did. He downloaded that app. He said the evolution app God downloaded.
God did.
he installed it in the hard drive.
Yeah, he installed it. So I feel you.
Yeah, and I respect religious people that take that stance because they're not denying evolution. They're God there. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you on that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but they not denying science. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, they not denying science. You know what I mean?
They don't care how it happened. They say, well, who? They want to know who did it.
Who did it? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and that's where we can't argue with them at. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if you say God did, I can't prove that God didn't do it. But evolution is a fact according to, science. So we both agree to the fact. You dig what I'm saying?
God did.
You have your own interpretation after that. I'm cool too.
Yeah. At least we know you ain't gonna be in the doctor's office arguing with that nigga.
Don't do that.
Right. That's crazy what you said too, with Chef, because it's like when you frame it like that, like all those individuals were framed as the brightest minds in the African American community. That's crazy.
Yeah. And that's why I think I gravitated towards Unc more, because I seen how crazy these niggas was.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? And at least somebody had some type of sense over that moment. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, to say, you niggas is crazy.
Somebody gotta have a level brain.
Yeah. I think that's the same too, because I tell you, I knew Seti was off. My confusion at first is I always be like, I don't understand the Uncle Seti connection, because this nigga Seti is wild. You know what I'm saying? And then when he finally got over to break away, I was like, okay, I like what you own. I like what you own. You know what I'm saying?
Uncle had to break away from a lot of motherfuckers though. You dig what I'm saying? It was a fight, that Asar, and you know what I mean? That was, man, we used to tell them all the time, Asar crazy, yo.
I can picture that.
I'm like, nah, Asar don't mean it like that. Yo, trust me, yo. This nigga is speaking plain English, yo. I don't know how you not hearing this shit, You know what I'm saying? No, he don't mean it like that. Mean it like, there's only one way you can say that. You know what I'm saying?
Where Sar said, slow.
Right.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah, it was Asar, like, then Smash. We used to be like, man, Smash wrong. No, Smash don't mean it like that. Like, yo, Unc had more faith in these dudes than, you dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Faith had in them.
Yeah,
And
he would, you know what I
and
mean?
he thought like I did. Like he thought that if I show you the right information, then you would change. Right? Because that was the agreement. And once he realized, like, yo, I showed you. You're like, nah, nigga, they wrong, nigga. Like, okay, I see what we doing over here.
I mean, because they had to work out there. I remember, man hooked up, right, and he had some books with him. So I grabbed a couple books from him. You dig what I'm saying? And one of the books that I grabbed from him was Wuja and the Saw book on the place named Kemet.
Fallujah.
Dig what I'm saying?
Very
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. So, right there, I'm asking them, yo, like, what's your package of work that you got right here? You know what I mean? What should I be getting? You dig what I'm saying? And he gave me the place named Kemet. You know what I mean? By Wu Jai. Like, yo, you should read this. This is a good one. You dig what I'm saying? I opened that shit up. I said, man, that's crazy.
The riparian land, nigga.
Riparian zone, man.
The riparian zone,
Yeah,
yeah.
the riparian zone. I said, man, that's crazy, man.
Some respect on the riparian zone.
Oh, shit, so some respect. Big ups Virginia, nigga.
Big up Virginia.
Big up Virginia. That's
Big
my
up
man
Virginia.
Cujo.
Yeah, I love Cujo.
Yeah, that's a big up Virginia.
Big up Virginia, nigga.
Yeah, Cujo's a legend in his own right, man.
Big
Big
up
up
a legend.
Virginia, man.
Hey, really, all y'all is, bro. I'm telling you. I don't really watch TV like that. I watch fucking YouTube. And y'all niggas is personalities. Like, I love Chef when he get in his bag. Corey when he get in his bag. Sosa, bro, I still don't believe you with your age. That's just crazy, bro. You messed me up with that. I was like, nah, Sosa with me. We thugging, nigga. We about to go get us some sweet tea and roll up. Like,
we can still do that though, man.
yeah, that's my man. But yeah, everybody, it's like a big ass TV show, bro. And it's like the people who fell off is like their shows got born. I don't want to watch Sadie show no more. Sinetta ain't nothing over there I want to watch. Like, it's really over here. I like what everybody over here has to offer because we all are we're all are very skilled in our own lanes, but we all know when to fall back and let somebody else teach in their expertise or in a field that they're well versed in. So that's why I just love being over here. We learn something every day.
Exactly.
Yeah, I never argued. Like I used to, man, I'm mad my man Kofi stopped really doing his thing. I thought Kofi had a nice lane, yo. You dig what I'm saying?
He agree out now.
Yeah, I think something disappointed Kofi about this community. He not the same no more, y'all. I'm telling you.
I blame Sean. I blame Sean.
Yeah, I seen him. He definitely ain't the same guy no more.
Yeah, he not the same guy, yo. Yeah, he used to have so much energy and you know what I mean? He wanted to work with everybody. You dig what I'm saying?
Is that a paradox?
Yeah. Oh man, they did something to Coke, man. Something happened, yo.
His content was, his African content on the African was good.
It was pretty good.
It was good.
They had real good content. They had great content.
Yeah, and I don't think he wanted to be in none of the beefs. You dig what I'm saying? And he kept getting caught in it. You dig what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm not here for that. I'm trying to be cool with everybody. Everybody, got something to offer.
He did say that.
Hey, Chef. Hey, Chef, that shit is a skill. That's all I gotta say, because I'm one of them niggas who bounce around everywhere.
Who navigate through it.
Because they try to pull you into it, bro. They try to pull you into it.
Yeah.
So that shit's a skill.
Everywhere.
Yeah, Sosa good at navigating. You dig what I'm saying? I navigate.
Nigga, Sosa disappears. That nigga will hit the MIA button so quick, you don't know where that nigga went. That's why I love Sosa.
Yeah, like I ain't finna argue y'all crazy ass nigga.
That nigga Sosa will shut the computer down. That easy. Boom, I'm out.
I'm out.
Man, I'm so used to navigating crazy situations that I could be in the heart of it and, you know what I mean, still remain unscathed.
Yes,
You dig
sir.
what I'm saying? Because I didn't been in it. You know what I mean? I didn't hung with different crews that had beef with each other. You know what I mean? And somehow I never got shot. You know what I'm saying?
I don't hang with different homeboys that have beef with each other.
Exactly. So listen, I know when the nigga not messing with me because I'm rocking with such and such. You dig what I'm saying? And I know how to navigate that. To let that nigga know, like, you still my man. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, for all that, but you still my man. You dig what I'm saying? So it's if you've been through real life situations, this is nothing. You dig what I'm saying?
They respect it. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody can't do it though, Chef. Everybody can't handle it.
Yeah. Everybody, they go off the rails.
They go off the rails.
You disagree with them and they lose their mind.
Yeah.
You they sworn enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you know, and it's like, you know, certain niggas be saying shit. I'm like, bro, you live in Los Angeles. I live in Atlanta, bro. Like,
we're never gonna meet.
Worry about what you talking about, man.
Hey,
back to the conversation.
What's so crazy how it is with me though, how much I travel. I'll be like, nigga, we're going to see each other.
Yeah.
So
I've been in Buckland
and be cool. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be in Atlanta. I'm gonna be in Baltimore. I'm gonna pop up in New York. I'm gonna be in LA. Like, let's just be cool. Let's just get this money.
Yeah, I feel
Reggie and them got something coming up this month. I think they going to the
museum, right?
To the museum. I'm popping up on them niggas. You didn't. They going to the the Black History Museum, the African American History Museum.
You want in DC?
Yeah, they go. I'm popping up on them. That's 40 minutes away from me. I'm popping up on them niggas. I'm definitely running up on Jabari. Got to.
Oh yeah, you gotta do that. Gotta do that.
I remember my first time running into all of them. I did the same shit. There was Tariq conference in Atlanta. And that's when I met Jabari. I met Sinetta, met Garfield. Yeah, it was lit up there. But yeah, just pop up on these niggas, man. They gonna be showing teeth. Man, ain't gonna be
I'm definitely gonna pop up. I met Garfield. Garfield came past my barbershop before.
Yeah, I seen you did a video. You did a show with him on there.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard. Yeah, but Garfield was cool than a bitch.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Yeah.
He a good dude, yo.
Garfield cool than a hoe.
Yeah, he a good dude, Joe. He ain't had no, you know what I mean? When you meet a person in real life, you see their real, you know what I mean, character. You know what I mean?
You can sense their energy.
Yeah.
Jabari was more standoffish. Well, you know, he had his mask on. He was chilling. He was getting his books off. So, you know, he wasn't trying to interact that much. Sinetta had the camera on, recording everybody outside the long ass line.
Oh yeah. Like I say, I'm recording. I'm going, man. I'm making Jabari answer some questions. I'm pressing them. I'm pressing them. You feel me? I'm gonna take him right to the Nzinga situation, and I'm pressing Jabari because he's a historian. We gonna get it in right there. Me, him, and Reggie. I promise you. And I buy them niggas lunch. Yeah, and I buy them niggas lunch. But yeah, that's gonna be a good one though. You dig what I'm saying? That's gonna be a good one. When is it? Do y'all know? So I can make sure
Nah. You telling me that's the first time I heard it.
Yeah, you know Reggie do the tours, but Jabari is actually a historian, an African American historian.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So you know who better to do the tour on the African American History Museum than Jabari? You dig what I'm saying? That's his
all
line.
I know.
More than
all I know is, boy, when Jabari get that PhD, I don't want to hear none of this crying because we give PhDs a lot of love. Jabari about to earn that motherfucker.
No, I don't accept. Nah, nah, we gonna have to call a doctor. Man. I'm gonna give him respect. Cause man earned that doctor, you know what I'm saying? You gotta give it to him. Now that don't mean he's gonna be right on everything just because he a PhD.
Right.
Now, he still gotta be in line with the consensus of PhD. That don't mean you can go rogue, you know what I'm saying? But Definitely gonna get respect.
I think man, my man, another person that is I feel like is just cold is True Storian.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, True Storian is
a beast.
He's a beast, yo. Like the amount of reading, yo, do Raw Born too. You know what I mean? I can hit Raw Born up and ask him for a book on something. He shoot it right. He got one.
Yeah,
They're gonna hear shoot it right. Yo, I need a book on Sojourner Truth.
Yeah,
Check the email.
Jabbar,
You dig what I'm saying?
Rob Bourne's a library, bro. Yeah,
yo, man, Rob, and he got it all on his iPhone. That nigga need an Apple sponsorship, yo.
Endorsement. He need an endorsement deal. That nigga has whooped ass off the phone. I have never seen so many people get whooped off a phone.
Yo, he's a beast.
I need to know his data plan. That nigga data plan is fire. He in the middle of New York, all them buildings, nigga shit clear. I'm like,
iPhone game demonstration is excellent, bro. You know what I'm saying? One of the best.
Yeah,
do and he be presentation on his iPhone.
And he be walking through the streets. Yeah, man, this nigga be walking through the streets in New York. This nigga be in the middle of Brooklyn in the projects doing a full-blown lecture and PowerPoint off of his fucking phone, yo.
It's the truth, boy. With a chopped cheese in the background. My nigga thugging.
Yeah, so and True Story do the same thing. This nigga be walking around New York. You dig what I'm saying? And killing it. So it's people that stand out. You dig what I'm saying? That then came through. But the ones that's really showcased, nah. The polites in them, nah. They set us back. You dig what I'm saying? They set us back. Their information was whack. You dig what I'm saying? And I feel like they was playing for the most part. I feel like they was playing. You dig what I'm saying? I don't think they was sincere.
Yeah, you don't think they actually believe that shit?
No.
I think no. What about SETI?
He might be crazy. Said he might just be crazy. The way every time I look at him, it looked like he in a little room. You dig what I'm saying? Like he got
chill out, Chef.
I'd say yo with a sword and all. Yeah, he might really believe that.
You My nigga Chef said he in a barber booth.
God damn.
Yo, it's crazy. Yeah, Seti, I think Seti might be, he mean it. Ali Muhammad, he playing. Straight playing.
Yeah, he playing. Inky playing. Them dudes is playing.
Yeah, all them playing.
Yeah, they playing. Yeah, I can agree.
What was the white boy name? Dr. Phil Valentine, he playing.
You call him the white boy. Yeah. He definitely playing.
This nigga play too much.
Man, that's a white man, yo.
Oh, you tripping, bro.
I remember when Chief Akers did that shit. He said, y'all gonna sit there and listen to this white man? Yeah, Phil Valentine definitely played.
I nigga said he a white man. This nigga tripping.
Yo, the minute that nigga said paint your house with lead.
Yeah, with lead paint.
Like,
I can't even get past that.
Like, paint your room. Paint. No, he said paint your baby's room.
Your kids' room.
Yeah, paint your baby's room with lead paint to keep the frequency from getting in there.
Thank goodness you can't buy lead paint, bro.
Thank goodness.
That nigga's psychotic, bro.
Yeah. They'll say anything. That's how you know they playing.
Yeah, maybe he set it for the scam, knowing you couldn't even get it. So you got people going around. How do I find lead paint?
How do you find lead paint?
They like
the government been suing people and making you have to tear down houses and everything since the late 70s because what they know about lead. And this fool going to try and tell us that you need to paint your children's room with lead, and that shit then damn near rehabilitated the black community. You know what I mean? The lead poisoning, children got learning deficiencies and everything, behavioral because of lead. And this fool told us to paint our kids. He didn't told us the complete opposite, and ain't nobody punch you in your mouth. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Oh, wow.
That is crazy.
You can't be promoting stuff like that as like good information.
He told you to poison your kids.
Yeah.
He literally told us black people to poison their kids, and ain't nobody punch you in the mouth.
I know. It's in your baby's room, nigga.
Right. I didn't even hear nobody really have an attitude about
nobody.
it.
Yeah.
What Dave Chappelle say? For P. Diddy, how you gonna choke a legend? You can't choke a legend shit.
But that show you to the level though, Chef.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even outrage because they don't even understand they're supposed to be outraged by that statement.
Yeah, that was some outrageous shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all claim to love black people. This white man sit up there and tell you to poison black children and don't nobody go crazy. I tell niggas, look, I tell niggas that Kemet don't mean black people and they go crazy on me. This white man tell you to paint your black kids' room with lead and don't nobody go crazy.
You got an argument right there, Chef. You throw that one out there, you got it.
They gonna run right past it.
Yeah, that's
it's
wild.
Too good of a point. Yeah, you gotta ignore it. That's the only way to beat it. He's like, youngster. Just keep talking.
Yeah. And Sonetta don't know it's crazy for him to say it, so he don't even know to be like, hey.
Right. Sonetta went into rescue mode, nigga. He didn't let no more questions, no nothing. He already knew it was about to get lit. All right, we gonna wrap it up, family. Wrap it up, family.
Yeah.
I know I think got somewhere to go. Went into slave mode.
Yeah, I don't understand that type nonsense. That was just great. Lead paint. Like y'all all live in black cities, right? So, it was always poor community. You heard about people with lead poisoning. Like, well, I know in my generation, probably Sosa. Yo, we used to hear about that a lot.
Yeah. That was common speak.
That was common. Like, I know dudes who got hella money from lead cases. You feel me? Like, that was a common come up in Baltimore City. You dig what I'm saying? Nigga got his lead money. You dig what I'm saying?
That shit crazy. That's crazy, nigga.
Yo, it was people banking on getting their lead checked, yo.
Money. Damn.
Man, they was getting like $250,000. That's a come up in the hood, yo.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Nigga, I'm trying to find me some number 2 pencils. That much? What
the fuck? You feel me? I'm mad. I'm looking at my mother like, yo, I know we done lived in a house with lead, yo. Get me tested.
He said, where the lead at? Where the lead at, man?
No, Mom, why you ain't never get me tested? I don't feel that smart. I promise you. I be lost in shit in school. That's me.
Oh, shit. This nigga Chef funny to me. I don't feel that smart. That's me.
That's me, nigga. I done failed 2 spelling tests in a row. You know?
You ought to better bring your grades. You ought to better bring your grades up there and get you a motherfucking lawsuit over there.
Right, nigga. Listen, I done failed 2 third grade. I done failed 2 motherfucking.
Look at my transcript, man. Y'all owe me some change over there.
2 weeks in a row. I done failed my multiplication quiz. Yeah, I got laid. I'm not picking this shit up. You feel me? I got laid. Tessa, get my money. Get my money.
That's funny, yo.
Yeah, but that fool told y'all to paint y'all kids' room with lead.
Yeah, that's outrageous.
Outrageous.
That's way up there as far as how crazy you can just say anything.
And that might not be Might not even be the worst advice. Shit, we got to goddamn analyze it. Other than we've heard terrible advices on it. You know what I'm saying?
They got some crazy ones, man. I tell you one that stuck out to me when the dude they had some dude that was trying to sell candles on site and everything. And he was saying something about the candles some kind of way like give you some kind of spirit or something like, man, I don't remember what he was saying. But the candles was hella esoteric and metaphysical candles, bro. It was crazy, bro. Right on starting at a channel.
I wonder, the crystal world still working all that. It's still
Do it.
all that stuff died out. I think remember the crystals
Infudici,
all
he the crystal master.
huh?
I say Infudici, that's the crystal man right there. He got all the rocks and the crystals. That's where all that came from. When Unc be talking about you walking around with a rock in your pocket, talking about it do stuff. That's one of the craziest things he said. That comes from Infudici for sure, 100%.
They've been saying this. I'm looking now about Dr. Sabi's son going to prison.
Dr. Sabi's son going to prison?
Still selling that old bull.
What he did?
For doing the same look, mess with that thing. Because I'm seeing it on TikTok and Instagram. I'm trying to find an actual article on it. You're talking about, yeah.
Bro,
I think that was from what the YouTube, what TikTok was saying. I'm talking about a healthy jail sentence too. That's what I'm trying to see if it's cap.
Bro, when I found out too much alkaline water could kill you, bro, I was so disappointed, man. So disappointed.
What, an alkaline joint? Yeah, they had the dude. Was another dude. A nigga name was like Yaba. Something like that. I always see him on Facebook. Talking about drink. The reason y'all women be having periods is because of the water. Niggas just be wild with all type of shit, bro.
Got nothing to do with evolution. It's the water.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is alkaline water.
Yeah. Like a nigga lucky to have a goddamn you boy. To navigate this community, boy, you gotta have a good head on your shoulders, bro. They gonna get you, bro. You gonna get got, bro.
Yeah, you ain't gotta do nothing but tie it into the white man or the government trying to kill you. And it's not suddenly it makes sense, The 5G towers, the infrastructure is trying to move towards 5G, and that's another way of the government trying to kill you. It's the radio waves from the 5G towers going to give you cancer or whatever. That's all you gotta do is tie it into some grand scheme of the white man trying to kill you, and you kind of got something.
Hey, I was on Solar Business Debate League, right? And on the debate league, they do an interview live, and you got where the people ask you questions. They let people from the group from the channel come and ask you questions before they let you. You know what I mean? Like a little initiation. And one of the questions was, so who's the enemy? I was like, what?
How do you answer that, yo?
Yeah, right. Who's the enemy?
How do you answer that?
I know. But you know what I'm saying? You know what the correct answer is.
Yeah, what you gonna say? Russian?
White man.
You gotta say it's the white man, yo.
Yeah, I'm like, what these niggas?
You gotta say it. Damn, what kind of pigeonhole question is that?
But then people jump on the panel. Oh, you know who the enemy is? You don't know who the enemy is?
Yeah, they're gonna turn the crowd against
you. Yeah. Like,
so you mean to tell me he could do all of this and that's not your mortal enemy, yo?
But yo, we were rocking for a while, man. We had the 2 hour mark, man. Love, man. Thank everybody for following through, man.
Yeah, that was a fun little show. That was we talked about a little bit of everything. Yeah. Fun.
I might go live again tomorrow, man. Appreciate Logic coming through. Gideon DQ. Yeah, peace, everybody, man. Good night, man. Hit the like button, subscribe on the way out, man.